the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like 2 P's, 2 2's.
Hey, whenever you can work in more consonants unnecessarily,
I agree.
you're on your game.
I've always ascribed to the mindset of the goose from Charlotte's Web.
Uh-huh.
Because terrific is spelled TEERRRFFCCC.
I haven't seen Charlotte's Web in so long.
Neither have I, but I remember most of that goose's lines like verbatim.
In all fairness, I probably rented it 50 times. Well, not me personally.
Right.
My wife.
I was going to say your mom.
Yeah, my wife.
Your mom, your dad, your older brothers and sisters.
Well, I think my wife shows it in school every year.
Right.
And since
Still, that's awesome.
yeah,
Aww.
I think they show it because I think it's one of her story time books she does with them, and after they do the story time, they see the movie at some point.
The great E.B. White wrote that one, and I'm a huge fan of Charlotte's Web. I think I just watched it like maybe every other day growing up. I think that was like you know how every kid has a movie that they watch every single day? Mm-hmm. Or at least when we were kids. Like my brother's was Toy Story. I've probably seen the movie Toy Story like 100 times because he would watch it twice a day.
Wow.
That was his big movie. So mine, I guess, was Charlotte's Web because I remember like massive portions of this movie.
Okay.
And can still quote it to this day.
See, I'm
like the song with Templeton running around the fair is a veritable smorgasbord.
See, I had TV shows or movies I've seen 1,000 times, but I'm a little old to be in the everyday generation because by the time the VCR came out,
yeah, that's true.
I was 19.
I was 19 when Betamax first became a thing.
I was still a kid, but I think I was past that age of watching this romper room every day. You know what I mean?
Repeating. And that's the thing. That is sort of like a relic of a certain generation. Yeah. Because like you had to, have the technology. So obviously if you're a certain age, you didn't just watch the same thing every day. But yeah, no, I like growing up, or I had a friend who her daughter, her movie was a go-to movie was Shrek 2.
Okay.
Like it was always on in this house, like constantly, to the point where I could walk in and just know exactly what part of the movie was in. I could like sing all the songs.
I'm guessing that's a movie that the adults finally said, you know what? I can tolerate this one because
that's exactly what it is. That's why I'm okay with the show Bluey. It's like, okay, this is for the kids, but there's enough in there that winks to the adults. It's like, okay, I can tolerate this.
And the whole Shrek movie series was kind of like that.
Yeah,
it's kids movies, but
it's a little risque.
There's some adult humor there to keep them from enjoying the movie or allowing them to enjoy the movie as well.
A family movie should involve the whole family.
Like the one cartoon movies my wife and I actually saw, weirdly enough, and I don't know why this one and not others, was the Incredibles series.
Really?
The first one I saw on video, but the second one, my wife and I actually went and saw it at the theater.
Did you?
Well, the whole reason why was we did the family vacation up into the Outer Banks, and so we had like 30 of us in this house, and I would say at least a dozen of them were children.
Right.
So, and it was a really cool house. It had an elevator and all this stuff. But the very top floor had a theater room.
Oh, wow.
And so there were some movies there, and the kids brought movies. So once in a while, we'd have a little movie night up there or the thing. And so one of those nights was Incredibles. And my wife and I watched it with them. We're like, this is cute. This is fun. And then the second one just so happened to come out in theaters like a week later, or may have been at the same time we were out on vacation.
Right.
So when we got back, we just went to the theater and saw the second one.
Right.
But hey, that was good.
You already had the story ready.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to go a totally different way. I thought you were going to be like, well, we're in this house with like a dozen kids. So just to spite them, me and my wife snuck out and watched a kids movie together. Here's why I thought that. Because I did that.
Did you?
When I was married, my wife, the kid's mom, and I, we snuck out and watched Lego Batman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one of those movies that has, it's for kids, but has adult jokes.
We enjoy, and I made the joke too. I was like, if you're going to go see Lego Batman, do it without your children. It is the best way to see that movie. You pay attention, you catch all the in jokes, you hear them like in the background going pew 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 pew. It's just that's fun. It was nice, you know. Yeah.
Well, good.
Taking kids movies without your children. That's what I recommend.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still feel creepy if I go into kids movies and I have no kids.
You need somebody with you. You can't, as a grown man, you can't just go watch like, you know, whatever kids like. If the Clifford movie was out in theaters, if I had just gone by myself as a 37-year-old man, I would not be okay.
Well, not only did I go, it was a nippy day and rainy, so I wore my trench coat.
Yeah. There are certain things you just can't do as a grown man. Turns out it's frowned upon to jump into the ball pit. I know it's inviting. I know. This is why I had kids, though, because that's the justification. It's like, I'm going in there to get them out.
You know, you said ball pit, and I gotta. This has been, and this is so trivial, but this is my head. Okay. There's something about a ball pit. Okay. As a fan of Big Bang Theory,
that's the scene I was. Yep, that was the scene that popped into my head.
Yes, there's a scene in there where Sheldon is trying to solve a problem, and he stays up 24/7, and he's working to vote on the problem, but he goes a little crazy. Mm-hmm. And so in his crazy actions, he ends up breaking into a kid's
Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Yeah, in the middle of the night. And is
because he needs atoms, right?
Yeah, he needs the ball pit to help sort out what he's trying to sort out, and so he's diving into the ball pit doing this, which is fine. I get it. He's they're trying to symbolize he's stuck on this and comedy ensues. Mm-hmm. But my whole problem was they go against the complete character of Sheldon by doing this. Sheldon is a germaphobe.
I was going to say because ball pits are by nature disgusting.
Sheldon refuses to touch things and go and all this other stuff. He's a germaphobe.
Right.
The last person on the planet's going to go diving headfirst into a ball pit is a guy like Sheldon.
Unless, of course, he's gone crazy.
I know,
and at
but
this point, that's what they were saying is his psychosis has overtaken his desire to stay clean. Like, It's trying to. There's Chuck Lorre trying to tell you that his desire to solve this problem is paramount above even his. I
think they needed something funny and they couldn't figure it out, so they compromised their principles to do it. That's what I think.
Now the other argument I would make is he did it after closing time, knowing that the employees stay a little later, lovingly scrubbing each ball, putting it back in the pit before they leave. And vacuuming out the pit. That's what they do, right?
Sure.
Yeah. That's what I do in my ball pit.
Yeah. I don't even think they do that in the COVID world.
And that's the other thing too is you don't see ball pits as much anymore. But if you are familiar with like trampoline parks or whatever, you see a lot of foam pits. Mm-hmm. You don't think they're not cleaning that foam, and there's a lot dirtier people going into the foam pits than we're going to ball pits.
Now the science is those smooth plastic balls, do they hold germs better than a spongy foam thing? I don't know.
I mean, I
feel like they don't.
If it's spongy, it's more porous.
I would think it would be nastier,
right?
But I don't know.
Still, that being said, there is not a thing on the planet that I want more than to jump into a foam pit. Yeah. Like it excites me on a level.
Have you ever done said?
No,
I have.
I want to. I want to go to. I want to take my kids to a trampoline park.
Yeah, when I was a kid, this is before trampoline parks,
right?
But they used to have the local gymnastics studio, or whatever you want to call it, gymnasium, I don't know. They would do like open gym nights, like Friday night kids could pay like $5 in there and swing around stuff and have fun. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't into gymnastics, but they had a one of those little hobby springboard dealies that you try to jump on before you get on the horse thing. That thing. They had that, and then it leaped into a foam pit.
Nice.
And so there was people that were trying the rings and the uneven bars. All I did was run up and down, back and forth, hit that foam pit, or hit that horse thing and try to leap into the. I spent $5 for 2 hours of nothing but doing that with my friends.
It's called a springboard, by the way. But I love that. Was it everything you hoped it would be? The sensation of just landing in a soft foam.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just I want as a fat guy for most of my life, I want the feeling of weightlessness for a quick second and then just to fall into foam.
And then once you're in the foam pit, it kind of felt like I was in that waist thing in Star Wars where they're where
it's crushing it
where
on
the
you.
monster is and Han and Luke are in the I kept pretending I was in that thing.
Just in the garbage bin.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess I should do the rundown for today's show.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about Star Wars and all pits for 3 hours.
That's right. Taking it over.
No, we're actually going to replay an interview this hour we had yesterday with the folks from Victor Outreach here in Roswell. Philip and John joined us, and they've got their big Easter egg hunt on Saturday. And then, of course, their Easter services on Sunday over at Westminster Presbyterian Church. Mm-hmm. They want to invite everybody out to that, so we're going to play that interview for you all here in just a bit.
Nice.
In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, joining us from the Chaves County Extension Office will be Ag Agent Drew Garnett, and he's going to join us to talk about the Southeast New Mexico Ranchers Workshop that's happening on April 26th. He'll give you more details and information about that. And then Robert Reynolds is going to join us for his monthly visit in the 9 o'clock hour, give us up to date on things happening around town, like his poetry society, gospel singing, and all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
So. And, of course, we'll do all of your hourly features, include the news, local, national variety, along with, Hannity updates and all the other stuff, too.
Got to, I don't know why I haven't done this, like, in 15 years or so. But I actually went and got a library card yesterday, myself and Rhiannon.
So you got your own personal one?
I did,
And your daughter one?
I got mine, and Rhiannon got hers, and
Did you check out a book?
They were in the probation period, so we were only allowed to check out 10 books.
Only 10?
Only 10, I know, right? But they went crazy. We went over to the kids section, and they were like, I want this book, and so we went, and it got me excited as a father, because, like, they were just running up grabbing books, and Hunter, he doesn't read yet, but he was grabbing a bunch of, Coco Melon books and the stuff he watched.
Things that interest him.
And they were asking as, like, we were, pushing them through the thing. They're like, can we go home and read? I'm like, yeah, man. Dad for the win, dude. My kids want to go home and read while I make them dinner. I felt like a top dog dad.
Yeah, he can walk around just telling people randomly, my kids want to read.
Yeah. They asked me permission if they can read. That's right.
So, oh, cool.
Yeah, it was exciting.
So did they go home and read?
Yeah,
nice.
They sure did. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, maybe this will be a new thing. Tradition, their niche. They love
because Rhiannon's moving into chapter books now. So she's starting to kind of like get bored with a lot of the stuff she has.
And I think she's going to be one that embraces it, because I know she likes to have things that are kind of her very own, and that's what reading really is.
Yeah.
It's you and your interpretation of a story, and it's your world, your thing. I think she's going to embrace that.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. So. Good. Glad that's working out.
Oh, and by the way, thanks to the folks at the library, because I will tell you this, I'm mentally challenged when it comes to certain adult things. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I had to literally have adults walk me through the process of, like, how to check it out, because I haven't done it in so long. Technology has advanced so much. They're like, you don't even have to scan the barcode. You just put the book down and it knows what it is. Because I was all like trying to line up the barcode, waiting for the doot. But none of that. Just you set the book down and it knows what it is. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he walked up and went to the back of the book. Like, where's that card? All right.
I did. I was like looking for the thing to write down. I was looking for. Excuse me, sir. Where's your card catalog?
Right. That's the first thing he walked in. Please direct me to the card catalog.
That's right.
I've got a meeting with Mr. Dewey Decimal.
Could I see your microfiche selection, please? I'd like to see a Roswell Daily Record from 1973. July, please.
Oh, yes.
Garçon.
All right. I nailed it. Yeah, exactly. All right, it is 7:19. We microfiched out some weather for you. Here it is. Enjoy.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm today and very windy. We could get a few gusts up to 55 miles per hour. We have a cold front on the way and low pressure moving across northern New Mexico. We should have sunshine, but those winds will be extremely gusty. For tonight, stays very windy, our low in the mid-40s and clear. A little bit cooler on Wednesday, still breezy, sunshine, and low 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 61 degrees here in Roswell. Yeah, it's nice and warm out. Humidity is at 27%. Winds currently out of the south at 15 miles per hour. Enjoy this moment because it's all downhill from here. Temperature-wise, it's going to be nice, 85 and sunny. But we do have for today the high wind watch that's going to kick in at 8 a.m. this morning, and that's going to remain in effect through 9 p.m. this evening. Red flag warning. That's going to kick in at 9 a.m. through 9 p.m. this evening. Like I said, sunny 85, but looking at some areas of blowing dust today, winds out of the southwest. Early 15 to 25, later today increasing 30 to 40, gusting as high as 55 miles per hour. So, yeah, it's batting down the hatches today. Tonight, winds continue, areas of blowing dust, mostly clear with an overnight low of 44 degrees. Winds will be out of the southwest 20 to 35 miles per hour, gusting as high as 50 miles per hour, dropping down 15 to 25 after midnight. So it sounds like it's going to be breezy all night. Wednesday, sunny, cooler tomorrow, high of only 72. Winds will remain breezy out of the northwest 15 to 25. In fact, they have issued a fire weather watch for tomorrow as well, beginning at 9 a.m. through 9 p.m. Wednesday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 37, west winds 15 to 20, dropping down 5 to 10 after midnight. And then Thursday, back to calmer winds, starts to warm back up as well. Sunny skies, highs near 80 on Thursday with northwest winds 5 to 15. And then Friday, sunny skies with a high of 86 expected. All right, it is 7:22. We're going to take a 3-minute break, get you into your Roswell Livestock Report wrap-up. Recap with Smiley Wooten from yesterday, and then, of course, quick break, and then our interview we had with Philip and John from Victory Outreach talking about the big Easter egg hunt on Saturday. That's up next. Don't go away.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 1,676 head of cattle sold on Monday on the steady to higher market with an excellent buyer attendance compared to last week. Stocker calves sold steady to 3 higher, feeder cattle steady, packer cows and bulls steady to $5 higher. 3 to 400 pound steers 205, 216, 3 to 400 pound heifers 179, 189. 4 to 500 pound steers 190, 205, 4 to 500 pound heifers 160, 50, 179, 5 to 600 pound heifers 168 and a half, 190, 5 to 600 pound heifers 156, 160, 50, 6 to 700 pound steers 146, 168, 50, 6 to 700 pound heifers 139, 156, 6 to 700 pound steers 141, 50, 146, 7 to 800 pound heifers 115, 139, packer cows 80 to 90, canner and cutter cows 68 to 75, packer bulls $1 to 109, feeder bulls 75 to 85, top half the cow calf pairs $1,300 to $1,475 per pair, top half the bred cows $1,000 to $1,300 per head. Next week's sale will be held on Tuesday, April the 19th. Following Easter Sunday, and we do appreciate the business. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Whether you're buying or selling, no one likes to be pressured into making a decision. So when Roswell Ford makes an offer to buy your vehicle, you'll have 7 days to think about it. Roswell Ford is always looking for gently used cars and trucks like yours, and we'll make you a cash offer on the spot. It'll probably be more than the other guys, and we'll give you a week to think about it. That's just the way we do business at the Tailgate Nation. So it only makes sense to see us first when you're ready to sell or to buy. Roswell Ford has southeastern New Mexico's largest inventory of nice pre-owned vehicles. Each one has survived a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee. So if you find something you don't like, you can just bring it back. With the days getting longer and summer driving on the horizon, now's the time to start shopping for your next vehicle. So come see us at Roswell Ford, the Tailgate Nation, where we'll always give you time to think about it. 9th and Main.
Join Church on the Move Good Friday, April 15th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. for an outdoor fun-filled family night with a free Easter egg hunt for kids ages 12 and under. Every age group that participates in the egg hunt will have a chance to win prizes, including Nintendo Switches and lots of free candy. Plus, Church on the Move will have a free feeding and petting zoo with over 40 animals, including zebras, llamas, yaks, and kangaroos. Free mechanical bull, surfboard, blow-up games, and free paintballing for the teenagers. We'll also have our local food trucks on hand with all of your favorite food. Come and join in on this fun-filled family night on Good Friday at Church on the Move, 901 West Brasher in Roswell, starting at 5:30 p.m.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Victory Outreach Church here in Roswell, we have John and Philip with us this morning. Morning, gentlemen.
Morning. How's it going?
Good. How about you guys doing?
Good. Doing good.
Good. How's the weekend?
Oh, it's not too bad, you know. Yeah. A little cold, but that's all right. Summer's around the corner, right?
That's true. It is the windy season. So hopefully, how's everything at the facility there? Does the wind hold up to the wind okay? Or are you guys having to do some work on battening down hatches and whatnot over there? I know that's not something a lot of us we deal with a lot here in Roswell. So.
Everything's going good over there.
Good.
Everything's good over at the home. Yeah, the wind didn't carry us away.
Yeah, good deal. Well, maybe before we talk about Easter weekend and everything, just kind of give folks a little bit of background about Victory Outreach and obviously, you know, what you guys do, and we celebrate God first, but talk about the program a little bit.
Well, the Victory Homes out here in Roswell, we've been out here almost a little over a year now. The men's home. Just about a month and a half ago, we actually opened up a free women's home, too.
Awesome.
So there's now a men's and a women's home here in the city of Roswell.
So if you're a person in need of help or looking to be closer to God, regardless if you're male, female, we've got a home for you.
Yeah, they're 100% free homes, too, faith-based. And it's a home that I've been to myself. I'm now the men's home director out here in Roswell. John actually just completed the home out here in Roswell, so...
going through the program or like physically completed the home, like building. I'm dumb. I'm literal.
He finished the home.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a powerful thing. You know, men and women are able to come into the home.
Sure.
And it's more than just getting off the drugs and the alcohol and defeating depression. It's about getting a relationship with Christ.
And to be honest, it's not always about drugs. And if you're having trouble connecting to God, and your life is not, you know, and then we've talked about this before, where it's, you help a lot of people overcome drug, alcohol addictions and things, but that's not always the reason why people come to Victory Outreach. That's, you know, if you have a hole in your heart, if things aren't working in your life, if you're trying to go through life and struggling, whether you're trying to fill that void with alcohol, drugs, gambling, or whatever. It doesn't have to be an addictive thing per se. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't have the skills here. You know what I mean? It's just I'm not connecting. At the end of the day, that's what Victory Outreach is all about. Sure, you have a lot of folks that come through. They're, you know, at first maybe coming to get off of alcohol and drugs, but then they realize, oh, my problem was I'm missing God in my life. I'm trying to fill that hole with drugs, alcohol, gambling, whatever turmoil is in my life. That's why it's there. And you guys literally help these people because you all chewed the same dirt. You know what I mean? And I think that's why, you know, it's a connection to God, and that works there. I think that's why when we talk about rehab programs and things, programs like Victory Outreach work, the percentages are much higher as far as success rates and things, and it's because you're actually fixing a person. You're not weaning them off a substance, and a rehab weans you off a substance, but they don't fill that void. They don't treat the reason why you were doing what you were doing to begin with. And Victory Outreach says, no. Your problem's not you're addicted to alcohol. Your problem is you're not connected to God. And once that happens, then you're going to find out you don't need the alcohol anymore. You don't need the drug or whatever it is you were using to medicate yourself. We've now filled that with a purpose in life, and that's really what you do, and that's why it works. But I do want to stress out there, if you're having problems in life, you don't have to get addicted to alcohol to come to Victory Outreach. Is what I'm saying. You can come whether you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's not. There's not a requirement, or it's not even a reason to come necessarily.
Yeah, we're a family-oriented ministry. We believe in restoration of family. There's people out there just lost and hopeless, and they're not addicted to drugs or to alcohol.
Sure.
Like you said, like we always say, they just needed Jesus in their life.
Sure.
Just, some people come to us just needing the fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, no, you do not have to be addicted to drugs or alcohol to come to Victory Outreach, or even to the Victory Homes itself, because, there's people I know who've gone through the homes and weren't addicted to drugs or alcohol.
They had a problem in life. They were not connected to God. And guess what? When you're surrounded by followers of God, it rubs off on you a little bit sometimes, doesn't it?
Sure does.
It kind of, that's how it works. That's how you're getting meaning. And so it's a great program. It's a great church here. And guess what? This weekend they want to invite you to come out and celebrate with them. We're not trying to. Well, I mean, if you have problems and you need help, they're gonna pull a hand out to you and help you at any moment. But really, this weekend's about celebrating God, celebrating why we're Christians. I was just talking with the folks from Church on the Move the other day, and we Christmas is fun. Christmas is great. Christmas is a wonderful family holiday as we celebrate the birth of Christ. But as Christians, this is our Super Bowl. This is the big deal. The Easter is the reason we are Christians. The whole reason we believe and our faith is everything because of what we're celebrating this weekend with Good Friday and Easter Sunday, and what the meanings behind those significant historical events mean. And so, I don't know. It's just like we put a bigger deal on Christmas than we do on Easter sometimes. And I almost like, if you look at the significance of Christianity, Easter's it, man. This is the whole reason. We should be shooting this thing from the top of every mountain celebrating this time. So come celebrate at the top of the mountain with you guys. Come on out. You're going to have fun. Saturday, a big Easter egg hunt. So big family fun event for the kids to come out and families to come and enjoy. That's going to be Saturday. And then, of course, you guys are going to have Easter services on Sunday. But let's talk a little bit about Saturday. What's on tap for the big Easter egg hunt?
Well, this Saturday we are having our second annual Easter egg hunt out there. It's Victory Outreach Roswell and the Westminster Presbyterian Church.
Yes, which is off of 2nd there by Champion Motorsports there and all that. Yeah,
2801 West 4th Street.
Yes.
And we'll have a stage set in the parking lot. There's going to be games for the kids. Obviously, Easter egg hunts. There's different age groups for the Easter egg hunts for the kids. There's golden egg prizes.
Okay.
We give away stuff. I believe like bikes and stuff like that for the golden egg prizes.
You have to be a kid to get one of those?
Yeah, they wouldn't allow me in it this year either.
Oh, yeah, I know, man. You get all the good stuff. Lucky.
We'll also be giving away some care baskets. We have care basket drawing giveaways, which are baskets full of stuff that, household needs. Laundry soap, dish soap, cleaning supplies.
Just a little thing to help you take care of your life and your family things. So cool.
Yeah, there'll be some gas card giveaways, I believe. And then also there'll be free food.
$50 gas card gets you a gallon of gas.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Get you like 3.
Well, there'll be free food while supplies last and everything too. So yeah, it's just, last year was our first one. It went really good.
Good.
We believe God's going to do something this year at the Easter egg hunt. And our young adults ministry, God's Anointed Now generation, they're going to be putting on a skit during the Easter egg hunt as well. So there'll be live music. Brother John's in a band. He's a drummer.
All right.
They'll be playing there at the Easter egg hunt. So
nice. Good deal. What's your band's name?
Oh, our band name is The Figs.
Okay.
It stands for Fallen Into Grace.
Just not fans of figs?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I really love figs, man. They're delicious.
No, it's me and another brother, Cisco Walker. He plays the guitar, and our other brother, JJ. It's just, it's like a hobby that we do, but we like to, make music for the glory of God. And, yeah, it's going to be a fun time, man. You guys should come out.
Well, and that's why the music works, because it's coming from the heart. You know what I mean? Like, and that's... And art and music's such a great way to evoke emotion and feeling and to reach people. So it's great. So come out, hear some great music. So maybe like the adults, because I get it, a bunch of kids screaming. You're like, oh, I need a moment. You can, while the kids are running around playing fun with it, you can always go on over, enjoy some music, and kind of maybe chill a little bit while the kids are burning off energy and having fun and doing that. But really, it's all about spending time as a family, fellowship, connecting with God, and celebrating God as we celebrate the Easter weekend here. Yep. So come out, the kids, and this is great because now you're incorporating God into your kids too, and that's kids obviously learn different than adults do, and adults learn different than adults do. It's like that, but when you're setting the foundation for talking about all the good things God and so these younger kids especially, all their they hear about God and all that, but they're mostly associated with looking for golden eggs and candy and all that. But you're planting those seeds. You're really saying, okay, remember that Easter egg hunt? That's and so you're really saying, at first you're kind of saying this is all part of God's plan. What you're doing and all this is what being with God's like. And so they're younger and they only get the eggs and stuff. But as they get older, they're going to associate when you start giving some of those lessons on the story of Christ and why we are Christians and all that. They're incorporating some of these early childhood memories with that, and they're getting a bigger picture of what Christianity is all about. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It really, even if they're not old enough to understand why we celebrate this weekend, they can understand this is a good weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so when they start learning the reasons why we do what we do, and they're of that age where it's appropriate for them to understand that, then they've got experiences already connected to that. It's like, remember the time we went, this is why we do that. And so use this weekend as that as much as well. Connecting family, growing your own family's relationship with God. That's what this weekend's about too. It's having a good time and meeting and connecting with fellow human beings, but it's also, what the big picture is, connecting closer with God and celebrating God. So come out, roll some eggs, have fun. Like I said, everything gets underway. 2 to 4 is the egg hunt, right?
Yes.
Or no? Okay, so that's what. So you probably want to get out there. What time's everything kind of getting underway? Is it 2 o'clock or a little bit earlier? Or?
I think we'll probably open registration a little early. I would say probably around 1 o'clock. Okay. Registration will open.
Okay.
So I would say
get
probably
there
start showing to get up there a little early.
But the hunting will begin roughly around 2 o'clock.
Around 2 o'clock, everything will get started.
Very basic. And then, of course, like you said, it's by age groups and everything. So the big kids aren't going against the little kids trying to find eggs and things like that, and vice versa. It's all age appropriate. But yeah, because it's fun. And I know what's going to happen. You're always going to see some parents. There's always the parents like in the corner. Bobby, over there, over there. Susie, right there.
There's the gold egg right there. Run.
Right there. Over there. That's part of the fun. Parents get involved. But come out. So we're going to have live music. We're going to have, of course, the Easter egg hunt, matching food, snacks, things like that. It's really just come out and celebrate and have a good time. Starts... Get there about 1:30 or so. Everything will get underway about 2. Goes to what, about 4 or so?
Yeah, I think it went to about 4 last year. So about 4:30 it'll go to. And then, yeah.
So who's in charge of, I'm guessing all of you are in charge of filling eggs and hiding eggs?
Yeah, the church is going to be filling the eggs this Thursday after service.
Okay.
So.
Good deal. How many eggs do they plan on hiding? Do they know? Do they have a count yet? Or
I think it's a little over 3,000 eggs I think we're doing.
Oof, that's a lot of egg filling.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure is. They don't like me there because I try to eat all the candy.
Well, see, if you're going to be part of the volunteer brigade that fills candy eggs, there is the rule: 1 for you, 1 for me. That's unwritten rules. That's
everyone knows.
Yeah,
everyone knows.
It's the 11th commandment. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. 1 for you, 1 for me. But, it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, that'll be Saturday. And again, it's going to be at Westminster Presbyterian Church, which is 2801 West 4th. If you know where Champion Motorsports is on West 2nd, it's Sycamore or whatever. It's right next to that road right next to, maybe it's 4th Street. I don't remember. But whatever that road right next to Champion, follow that like a block or two, and then you'll see the church like right there to your left, I think, if I remember right from the road there. But, yeah, you can't miss it. Be right there. And come and celebrate. Bring the kids. Bring the whole family. Mom, dad, the kids. When the kids are rolling eggs and you're out there taking pictures and collecting and doing all that, mom and dad can be doing their thing. If the kids are a little older and they're of age to where they can be a little bit more independent out there, let them have fun while mom and dad go do mom and dad things over at another part of the property there. That's what this Saturday's about. Just having fun, celebrating God. And of course, if you do want to learn more about Victor Outreach, be a part. If you're looking for help, there's going to be lots of folks there that can give you information about that too. So, maybe wait till he's after finished drumming before you hit him up to ask questions. But wait till the song's over. Don't be like mid song. Hey, wait for the solo, please. But yeah, come on out. And then, of course, the big day, Sunday. Talk about your services and what's planned for Easter Sunday services.
Well, for Easter Sunday, our Sunday services start at 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
We have our Easter Sunday celebration service, and that would be on April 17th, the day following the Easter egg hunt.
Okay.
And so we're inviting everyone from the city, everyone from obviously from the Easter egg hunt that would back out. I believe we'll be handing out some candy. I believe there are chocolate bunnies to the kids who come out that day. We'll have a little bit of food afterwards, a little fellowship after service. But it'll be a powerful time.
Yeah.
I know Pastor Pat's excited for it.
Awesome.
So,
and yet, like you said, we bring out the candy and stuff. So mom and dad, families, I know sometimes I get money's tight. I hear you. And then Easter comes up, it's like, I can't afford to spend $30-$40 on a bunch of candy to put I get it. I understand that. You're like, I got to buy shoes. I got to buy this. Let the church help with that. Come out Saturday to the Easter egg hunt. Like you said, come out to Sunday services. Make sure your kid gets some of that candy there, and that way they can celebrate with it too, even though, I get it. You can't rub two nickels together at the moment. We all live there. We're all there at some point. I don't know how many times I myself was like, how many, you want 1 or 2 ramens today for dinner? You know what I mean? I get it. So if that's an issue for you, then let Victor Outreach and come out and be a part of that. Money's not the thing here. Let's these kids have a good time, and that's the great thing about parenting. If you do it right, the kids don't know you're poor sometimes. I mean, that's kind of a thing. You get in there, it's like, hey, I because parents want to give and give everything for their kids, and so they sacrifice, and really you can get creative with some of this stuff and not break the bank so you can still afford the shoes and still take care of the bills, but not allow your child to miss out on an Easter celebration here. So please come be a part of that. And if you need help with all that, that's what they're there for. We're here to create great memories and to create great experiences for your family as we celebrate God. So don't let money be a hurdle. Don't let I can't afford that. That shouldn't be the words out of your mouth. Don't let that. We can all afford to be closer to God. That doesn't cost a dime. And I get it. Sometimes the ancillary world of the possessions and things puts a real hamper in our lives, but that's not why we do these things. So don't let it be the hamper. If you're thinking I can't afford this, I can't, reach out. We'll if there's a will, we'll find out a way to get you involved with that stuff. So, am I pretty spot on there?
Yeah.
That's if you want to be closer to God, you want your family closer to God, come be a part of this. That's why we do these free things, and hopefully you come out and, we'd love to have you come out and win some free eggs and some candy and some prizes and things, but at the end of the day, we want you to make that connection to God and understand this is why we celebrate this day. This is why the sacrifices that are made by Jesus Christ for us, this is the day that proves why we're here, and we want to show you that. And that's we can do that in a fun, positive way and celebrate, because that's what it is. It's the biggest miracle of life is what Jesus did for us and what we sit here and do. So come celebrate. Come have some fun. Don't worry about, I can't afford this or I can't do that. You got a family, you're breathing, then you can come on and be a part of this. So, good deal. What else on the Easter Sunday services? I know I kind of stepped on your toes there.
Oh no, it starts at 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
For parents out there, all of our services, we do have our kids gang, which is kids gang standing for God's Anointed Next Generation.
Okay.
So we have a nursery available. So if you're parents and you're thinking, hey, I don't want my kids causing a ruckus during service, we do have a place for the kids to go.
Sure.
There's teachers back there. There's people in charge of the nursery. You know what they're doing. So if
and they're probably doing fun little activities.
They do activities. They have
celebrating
snacks.
God as well.
Yeah.
While you're in your services, they're getting a little of that too. And
it's more just a service at their level.
Sure,
is what it is. So there's teachings going on. They have crafts. snacks and stuff like that. So if you're ever worried about, I don't want my kids disrupting, because I know when I was a kid, my mom used to take me to service, and
Don't you talk out.
it would last about 5 minutes, and we'd be heading to the door. But we have a place for the kids to go.
That's when you learn your ears are handles.
So we just want to invite everyone out to our Easter egg hunt, and then also our Easter service the following day, April 17th. It starts at 11:30 a.m. So,
and of course, obviously, when we started out this conversation, if you're struggling, if life's not working, is it a dependency issue? Is it whatever? Maybe it's a relationship issue. Maybe whatever it is, something's not working right for you, and you don't know where to turn. Well, Victory Outreach is a place you can turn to. That's there. Does not matter where you come from, where you've been. If you're wanting to get closer to God or understand how to be one of God's children and how to make that connection, that's all you need. Whether you tried to fix it with alcohol, drugs, or you haven't fixed it or haven't done anything, you don't know what to do. Doesn't matter. Please reach out to Victory Outreach. Come out this Sunday to services. Come out this weekend. Come out today. I mean, just swing by the church here today. If you're having problems, there's usually someone, if it's Pastor Pat or Tom Blake, somebody's usually just kind of hanging out there. They can put you in the right direction. So the worst thing you can do is try to just fix it yourself, because you may succeed for a little bit. At some point, that's going to catch up. We're human beings. We're people that need each other. Whether you want to believe it or not, we all need each other in some way, shape, or form. And that's really what Victory Outreach is helping a group of people coming together to learn and to celebrate God together. That's Victory Outreach in a nutshell. So come and be a part of it, whether you're having issues, or maybe you walked the path. Maybe you were in an outreach program, Victory Outreach, in another part of the country, and you moved here, and you're thinking, man, maybe we can use more mentors. We can use more people that walked in your shoes, and considering and mentoring some of our new folks coming in and getting them in. And because the more people that are surrounding these folks, the better. The more and the more people that are living proof of success, the better. So come be a part of it.
And that's what the Victory Outreach is about. We're a family. Mm-hmm. That's what men and women don't realize when they first come into the home. Is they think, we're just coming into a program. So, see, I was a heroin addict for over 15 years. I went to program, jail cell to jail cell. But it was when I came into the Victory home where I found Jesus. And then that's when I realized there's only one way for me to fix my issue. And that was through him.
Sure.
And it was through my leadership and the family environment that Victory Outreach puts out around all the men and women, in not just the homes, but the church. Mm-hmm. We're a family-oriented ministry, and we rally around one another. Mm-hmm. Because who better to reach someone who's been out there in the streets like that than someone who at one time was out there in the streets like that? We understand what you're going through. Yeah. I've been through it.
Many have probably experienced the highs that you got trying to achieve that, and then they also experience the lows when that wears off. You know what I mean? And so you're actually talking to people that truly understand where you're coming from. It's not like, I get it. We have people, doctors, things that spend a massive amount of time studying, educating, and that's great. They have valuable information. But until you've experienced it, it's really hard to come, especially something life-altering like that. It's hard for you to understand those feelings and stuff unless you've been in those things. And so that's where this goes. It comes from you're coming to people that have whatever you've done or whatever you're feeling, have either done the exact same thing or something very similar to it, or going down a path, or maybe even going worse. That's what I'm saying. I believe people have to hit bottoms before they come to a realization that they've got to change. Something's got to happen in their life to physically change and alter their desire. Sometimes it's going to prison. Sometimes it's losing family. Sometimes it's a death. Sometimes it's a medical ailment. I believe, when you get addicts, sometimes you've got to hit that point where they say, you know what, if I don't change right now, something bad's going to happen. I'm going to die. I'm going to lose my family, something. And unfortunately, that's kind of humanity. We don't learn lessons sometimes very well. We we got to be beat over the head a few times before it sinks in. And I think addicts are very much that way. And that's why you guys in this program is so great, because every single one has spent time. They've done the things. You guys can attest to this. I mean, you yourselves have probably experienced things that when you have new people come in, it's like, that's nothing. I did this. And here I am better today. We can help you overcome these. Am I getting warm on what I'm saying? That's why it works.
Yeah, and I was in your waiting room there. I was watching the news, is talking about the fentanyl issue, and that's something that was a struggle for me. And we see that fentanyl's killing people, kids, and it's terrible, man. But like we do know what it's like, and it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. But with the power of Jesus Christ, it's possible.
You're here. You did it. You beat it. You're still walking the path.
Yeah.
But you overcame that area. If you were on that path, still, odds are pretty good you're not sitting in front of me talking today. You're probably 6 feet under, or something like that, or maybe even worse. Maybe you hurt others to a point where it can't come back, and that's the beauty of this. That's where it's at. And here's the other thing. No matter how bad or how far you've gone, there's time out. If you're still breathing, if you're still on this earth, there's a time to turn around.
Right.
So no matter how far down that hole you've gone, how deep you are, how insurmountable you feel like, I'm too bad, I'm gone. Nope. That's God. You're talking about God. You questioning God? God got you. Yeah. God could. That's what he's in the miracle business. That's what he does.
Amen.
You know what I mean? He can fix it. So reach out. God is using these men as tools right now to help you. That's what he's doing. He's speaking through us to you right now. So take advantage of that. So I got a little soapboxy, but folks, even if you're just, we've been talking all about struggling and all this. This weekend is about celebration. Bring your families out. I don't care if you've got issues or not issues or nothing. If you're looking for a place to bring your family that's safe, fun, and celebrating God, then come on out to Victory Outreach this Saturday. Come out to Westminster Presbyterian Church this Saturday. Come bring the kids. Come ready hungry. Come ready to run around and play and listen to music, and bring your fun clothes out and just ready to come out and play.
Yes.
It's a beautiful area there. The park's right next door still, so if the kids are still rambunctious, let them run around right next door in the park and have fun, or maybe do your own thing. Maybe afterwards do a picnic with the family or something out and say, hey, afterwards we're gonna have a little shindig. We're gonna sit in the grass here and hang out. Hopefully the weather will be nice this weekend. Looks like it'll be warm, and you can sit back and enjoy an afternoon under the trees and everything. So that's what it's about.
Yeah.
If anybody has any questions or any issues, they can look for Victory Outreach Roswell on Facebook. That's y'all's Facebook page. They can like and follow and get information on everything that's going on through the church or events like this. But is there a phone number or a place people, if they want to talk to someone live and have questions or have some things they want to discuss?
Yeah, if you have any questions about the Easter egg hunt, you could always call our church phone at 575-363-6008. And if you're out there struggling with addiction and you're saying you need some help, you could always call the men's home, or the women's home number is that same number I just gave, which is 575-363-6008. The men's home number is 575-291-4107. So if you're out there struggling or you just need someone to talk to, give either of those numbers a call. We'd love to talk to you. And
absolutely. There's help out there. And I'm telling you, it feels like you're alone sometimes. You're not. You really aren't. I don't care how many bridges you've burned. There's a way out. But you got to take the first step. If you don't make that step, no one's going to help you. That's God's rule. God will go to war and do everything, but you got to make the first step. You got to reach out and say, I believe, I have faith, I want to be there. And once that happens, world's your oyster, man.
It's that first yes.
Yeah,
the first yes.
It's the one. It's the biggest step, but the first step's the biggest. But once you take it, I swear it's gonna work out. I don't know how, can't explain how, but it does.
Yeah.
I'm not that smart. You gotta ask God on that one. But yeah. So, guys, did we get it all? Is there anything we wanted to share? Anything we wanted to express that we just got sidetracked on, or didn't get a chance to talk about?
No, we just want to invite everyone out to the Easter egg hunt this Saturday, April 16th at 2 p.m. Also to our Sunday service the following day, April 17th at 11:30 a.m.
And is that normal service time every Sunday?
That is our normal service time. We also have our midweek service Thursdays at 7 p.m., but we're really trying to hit the Easter egg hunt and then the Easter service the following day at 11:30 a.m.
Maybe you're not available here, then come out Wednesday. If you're looking to want to come out, then come Wednesday and join them for fellowship. So put it this way. I know we'd love to have come out this weekend, but anytime you need it, come walk through those doors. I don't care if it's here this morning, whatever, you know what I mean? If you need help, if you want to connect to God, it's never a bad time. You know, if it's during a Sunday party or a Easter egg roll on Saturday or Monday morning at 10 a.m., either way.
Yeah, we also have a young adult and student ministry. It meets on Wednesdays at 7. We call it God's Anointing Now Generation. I think Phil kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you know any young adults or students in high school, middle school, whatever, we're, worshiping the Lord. We're kind of, a little more relevant. As Victory Outreach, we try to stay relevant, you know. But
you appeal to, you're trying to appeal to younger people's interests and things. So it's, how do you connect to younger people? Through music, through anything. You're using those tools to connect to God for them.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. Presenting, it's the message. You present it the way, if you got a more mature, serious group, you come in there doing yuck jokes, they're probably not going to appreciate it as much. You know what I mean? I got to learn that lesson. I still do the yuck jokes. And everyone's all stodgy, and I hear me doing fart jokes. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for spending time with us. And as always, as I say, I think every time I'm so glad to see that you guys are doing well and helping others, and you yourselves and your own families are getting stronger every day. So it's a good thing. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you this weekend, all right?
Thank you.
All right, it is 8:54. Man,
now for a Pecos Valley News update, I'm Jared Cirillo. New details on the wildfires that appear to have gotten out of control by BLM. Firefighters were working to control a fire in Chavez County that started late last week. Between Dexter and Roswell throughout the weekend, at last word, at least 1,900 acres had been scorched. The gusty winds, of course, causing problems for the fire crews. It was dubbed the Midway Fire. It was said to be about 80% controlled by late Monday night. And then further out, about 100 firefighters were battling the latest blaze that was out of control, sending up a huge plume of smoke that could be seen for miles in the Rio Grande Valley. Valencia County officials called for evacuations in the area, directing residents to a shelter at a community center in rural Belen, which is just south of Albuquerque. An unknown number of structures were lost in that fire, according to KOAT television. You're up to date. That's a look at local news headlines. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm today and very windy. We could get a few gusts up to 55 miles per hour. We have a cold front on the way and low pressure moving across northern New Mexico. We should have sunshine, but those winds will be extremely gusty. For tonight, stays very windy. Our low in the mid-40s and clear. A little bit cooler on Wednesday, still breezy, sunshine, and low 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Roswell Skin Center, a brand new state-of-the-art facility located in the 400 Penn Plaza building here in Roswell, is now accepting new patients. Dr. Brandon Cometti and his team offer a full range of skin care services, including general dermatology, surgical and cosmetic procedures, including cutting-edge laser rejuvenation, Botox, filler, laser hair removal, chemical peels, and other non-invasive options to improve skin health and turn back the hands of time. Call and schedule your appointment at Roswell Skin Center today, 208-2509. That's 208-2509.
At LeGrand Funeral Chapel, we believe that every funeral should be a reflection of the life it honors. The joys, the triumphs, the faith, the family, and so much more. For us, no detail is too small, no request too big. This is Rosa Aguilar. When the time comes to choose a funeral home, we hope you'll let us serve your family. At LeGrand Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
Roll in and win! during the Moneypoly sales event at Roswell Nissan. For 6 big days, April 11th through the 16th, get game-changing savings on a great selection of vehicles, like a 2017 Chevy Malibu for just $279 a month, a 2018 Escape for only $249 a month, or a 2015 Rogue for just $149 a month. Play the Plinko Cash Grab for your shot at cold hard cash and register to win a brand new swimming pool. Plus, bring your mailer in for a chance to win $50 grand. Moneypoly, April 11th through the 16th at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Turtles can breathe through their butts. We imagine you know some people who do that too, because that's where their heads reside. Here's Mike Winters.
And we're closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News up next. Stay tuned next hour. We'll have Drew Garnett with the Travis County Extension Office join us next.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A developing story out of New York City where police, fire, and other emergency services personnel have converged on a subway station in Brooklyn, the scene of a mass shooting this morning. We have an update from correspondent Jeremy House.
Local media reports at least 5 people were shot and wounded. A photo posted online by the New York Post shows victims lying on the bloodied station platform in Brooklyn. Additionally, reports from the New York Fire Department of several undetonated explosive devices found at the station. There have been no arrests amid reports that a suspect fled following the shootings that occurred during the morning rush hour at around 8:30 local time.
The New York Police Department posting an advisory on its Twitter feed. It reads, due to an investigation, avoid the area of 36th Street and 4th Avenue in Brooklyn. Expect emergency vehicles and delays in the surrounding area. And this from the New York Fire Department, which tells us that 13 people were injured in that incident this morning, a subway station in Brooklyn. The latest inflation report shows that inflation held around a 40-year high in March. The Consumer Price Index soared 8.5% from a year ago. The Heritage Foundation's E.J. Antoni telling the Town Hall News that the monthly inflation rate rose by 1.2%.
That may not sound like a lot, but if you have 1.2% every month for a whole year, that's 15.4% annual inflation. At that rate, prices are going to double in less than 5 years. That's scary.
Ukraine investigating a claim that a poisonous substance was dropped on Mariupol. Western officials warn that any use of chemical weapons by Russia in Ukraine would be a serious escalation of the already devastating war. Watching Wall Street, the Dow's up 263 points, the Nasdaq ahead 251 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I'm about to compare a pepper shaker to a cash-out refinance. Hang with me. You know when you're at a restaurant and they ask, would you like some fresh ground pepper? And then they crank that giant tube, but almost nothing comes out? For me, only a certain amount of time is socially acceptable to wait. I know that getting that pepper out might make my life better, but it just seems too impossible. And that's what we hear people say about the cash-out refinance. People realize that the value of their home has gone up like hot pepper the last few years, leaving all this extra money sitting inside their home. But is it too hard to get out? It's Ryan from United Faith Mortgage. If you're interested in cashing out the extra pepper in your home, we're good at doing all the work while you just sit back and relax. And often, your mortgage payment and years in the loan will stay the same. If you'd like to hear about your options,
we are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
She typed up Schindler's List. Mimi Reinhardt, secretary in Oskar Schindler's office, who typed the list of Jews that he saved from the Nazis, has died in Israel at the age of 107.
Reinhardt was one of 1,200 Jews saved by German businessman Schindler after he bribed Nazi authorities to let him keep them as workers in his factories. The account was made into the acclaimed 1993 film Schindler's List. Reinhardt had been confined to the Krakow ghetto and then a nearby concentration camp in 1942, where her knowledge of shorthand got her work with Schindler. 2 years later, she typed up the handwritten list of Jews that were to be transferred to the sympathetic Germans' ammunition factory. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
President Biden visits Iowa today, announcing that he will suspend a federal rule blocking the sale of higher ethanol blend gas in the summer months. Townhall.com. A Allegedly involved in a high-profile kidnapping plot, 2 men could face a retrial in Michigan.
A jury last week could not reach a unanimous verdict for 2 men charged with conspiracy to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. That means the government could take Adam Fox and Barry Croft Jr. to trial again. One former federal prosecutor says it would be a surprise if prosecutors fold, citing allegations of a violent plot against the governor. 2 other men were acquitted of all charges. Jason Walker reporting.
And recapping the hour's lead story, multiple people shot this morning at a subway station in Brooklyn, New York. Perhaps as many as 7 people, but at least 5 shot and wounded, according to the NYPD. Also reports of undetonated explosive devices found at that subway station. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tablet said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Well, that'll be the deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, they've been, it was at the top of the town hall news there, talking about I guess there was a shooting in a subway in Brooklyn.
Wow.
5 to 7, they say, were shot, like a dozen injured. It sounds like, and I thought I heard during the town hall news there, in the background it's got the Fox News, they're showing the footage.
Right.
But the town hall news is sounding like I thought I heard to say they found a couple of unexploded IEDs, explosive devices.
Really?
In the scene too.
Goodness gracious.
So I don't know if that's true or not, or just something, but I mean, obviously it's a terrorist attack, no matter way you shape it, because that's what it is. But
whether it's homegrown or
yeah, I mean, this is crazy. But
suspect wore MTA uniform and gas mask.
Yeah, they're asking. I guess he's still on the loose. The person, someone fled. They don't have anybody in custody or accounted for in any way, shape, or form that committed this crime. So more to come on that one, I'm sure. But yeah, that's just breaking here over the last hour or so.
A weird place we live, man. So on Saturday while we were out and about, we were at the Miniatures Museum, and we come out. It was me and the kids and my friend Misty and her daughter Layla, and we got out and we get in the car, and about a block down at right over here at the corner of Richardson and 3rd, that I guess law office or whatever it is. There was like 6 cop cars outside of that place, and they were going in and out of the place. I don't know what happened over there. I don't know. Didn't have any context or anything. I see all those cop cars, and I was just reminded of that. On Saturday, it was just very odd.
Something you're like, hey, what's that about?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Didn't.
It was like every available unit in Roswell was like surrounding this place. It was very very reminiscent of like that scene in Blues Brothers.
Well, hopefully it was one of those deals where they bring everybody, but it was not that big a deal. You know what I mean? Which that's how that works.
By the time I drove back by a little later on, everybody had left and heading back to the station, so I'm sure it was fine.
Yeah, I know. If anybody's seen whenever first responders respond, they bring the army and they bring everybody, and they don't come messing around. They come to take care of business. So hopefully it was coming and turned out to be not such a big deal.
There's those weird moments in Roswell. Like I was at in the parking lot of the Target, and this is like a week and a half ago, and I see an ambulance go come down the road and pull into the Golden Corral with fire truck and all that. And then I see another ambulance pull out and go south on Main, and another one pull out and go north on Main. I'm like, what is going on right now?
Multiple things at one time.
It was very odd.
Yeah, they have their hands full. That's for sure. So
God for the first responders, though.
But I know. I think all departments are looking for good people. By the way,
Absolutely,
they're looking for a great career with county, city. They got great benefits. The whole deal. So. Yeah, absolutely. Happy Tuesday.
Yes.
Welcome to it. Hope you're having a delightful one. My hands are all beat up. Like over the last couple, I've just been doing little things, but I'm tearing myself up.
Right.
Like over the weekend, I was working our ice machine. Our refrigerator was getting wonky, and I was in there trying to clean out some frozen junk, and then I, of course, scraped up my finger doing that. And then last night I was working on something else that wasn't working there, and I was using needle nose pliers to get, and I kept pinching myself.
Wowzers!
I was trying to clamp on it, but I was catching skin right in between the where the handle part, so I got 2 blood blisters from that. Now, yeah, my hands look like I've been in a fight or something.
You're a hardworking man.
Yeah,
like you actually use your hands for a living.
I'm not. That's the thing, and this is evidence of it. When I try to, this is what happens.
One of the joys of fatherhood is mystery boo-boos.
Yeah,
on them and on me.
Yeah,
like some
as you get older, you get more of those mystery boo-boos.
Yeah, it's so weird. I woke up this morning with a bruise on my arm, and I have no idea where it came from. And I don't bruise. I never bruise.
I don't know how that happened.
I'm starting to worry. You should see the other guy, though.
Yeah. Of course, I'm always bumping. I mean, you can see I got scars all over my arms from places.
We're just clumsy. We're not hardworking men or anything. We're just clumsy.
We're just bad at navigating things.
But yeah, mystery wounds. It happens more often than not.
Yeah, this one, the blood blisters, they're kind of, and they're right in a spot too where I touch them all the time, and they don't hurt like bad, but it's enough to know you.
It's right there in your writing crevice, basically.
Yeah. So, and I'm a lefty. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're gonna have a guest that's probably way more handy than we are. Drew Garnett's going to join us here in just a few minutes with the Chaves County Extension Office. He's the ag agent there. He's coming up here on April 26th is Southeast New Mexico Ranchers Workshop. So he's going to tell us all about that and who should apply, who should attend, and what you got to do that. So, I mean, if you're not a rancher, maybe that doesn't apply to you.
Yeah.
So that's the first clue.
If you're sitting on your morning show trying to figure out where this bruise came from, probably not your wheelhouse.
When you're beating yourself up on an ice maker, maybe, yeah.
Your body's kicking back broth?
Right. Yeah. But at least I accomplished the mission. Like I succeeded in fixing what I wanted to fix. And for that, I am thankful. All right, it is 12 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm today and very windy. We could get a few gusts up to 55 miles per hour. We have a cold front on the way and low pressure moving across northern New Mexico. We should have sunshine, but those winds will be extremely gusty. For tonight, stays very windy. Our low in the mid-40s and clear. A little bit cooler on Wednesday, still breezy, sunshine, and low 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 68 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 26%. Winds currently, it says out of the south at 20, although my trees aren't moving that fast. So I don't know if it's quite there where I'm at, but around the area. We do have a high wind warning. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. We have a red flag warning today. That's from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m., and that's because it's hot and windy. Talking about areas of blowing dust this afternoon. High of 85 under sunny skies today. Winds will be out of the southwest this morning, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Later in the day, increasing 30 to 40. Could see wind gusts as high as 55 miles per hour today. Tonight, the winds continue, mostly clear with an overnight low of 44. Southwest winds 25 to 35, gusting as high as 45 miles per hour. After midnight, winds should decrease down 15 to 25, which is still pretty breezy. Wednesday, cooler, but still windy. Sunny, 72 for a high tomorrow. Winds will be out of the northwest at around 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 37. West winds 15 to 20. After midnight, they'll drop down to a more manageable 5 to 10. And then winds calm down Thursday on, and the temps rise back up. Sunny with a high near 80, 79 on Thursday with northwest winds 5 to 15. Friday, sunny skies with a high of 86, and then just glancing at your weekend, mostly sunny, highs right around 90 on Saturday. More of the same on Sunday. Sunny highs once again right around 90 degrees. All right, it is 8:14. We're going to take a 3-minute break here, and then Drew's going to join us on the other side with the Chaves County Extension Office. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
All right, let's get out the old grocery list here. Let's see, eggs, milk, bread, insurance. I don't want to shop for insurance.
Fortunately, you don't have to. George Gandy Insurance is here for you, shopping and comparing rates from different insurance carriers to save you money, time, and hassle. Visit a George Gandy Insurance location near you today.
We keep you covered. George Gandy Insurance.
If your car breaks down, no need to cry, because there's always a pal nearby at Big O. At Big O Tires. Locally owned will get you in gear. That's because you've known us for years at Big O. Big O Tires. Don't need to sweat any extra labor. You can always trust a good neighbor at Big O. At Big O Tires. The best service is part of our code. Need a cup of sugar? We're down the road at Big O. At Big O Tires.
Now through April 24th, buy 3, get 1 free on Mesa AP3, Mesa HT, Cooper Endeavor, and Cooper Endeavor Plus brand tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers. At participating locations, no cash value. Some stores in Missouri, Minnesota, and Kansas are company owned.
To plant or not to plant? That is the question. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Our tomato plants and pepper plants are ready to go. If you plant them now, you might have homegrown tomatoes and peppers before anyone else, or the frost might kill them. As Clint Eastwood would say, do you feel lucky? You'll either be the smartest gardener in the county, or you'll get to replant them all over again. I say go for it. You'll get more practice and we'll get more business. This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, and I apologize to William Shakespeare.
Join Church on the Move Good Friday, April 15th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. for an outdoor fun-filled family night with a free Easter egg hunt for kids ages 12 and under. Every age group that participates in the egg hunt will have a chance to win prizes, including Nintendo Switches and lots of free candy. Plus, Church on the Move will have a free feeding and petting zoo with over 40 animals, including zebras, llamas, yaks, and kangaroos. Free mechanical bull, surfboard, blow-up games, and free paintballing for the teenagers. We'll also have our local food trucks on hand with all of your favorite food. Come and join in on this fun-filled family night on Good Friday at Church on the Move, 901 West Brasher in Roswell, starting at 5:30 p.m.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that can be typed on one row of keys. Go ahead and try typing the other 49 states. We'll wait. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Extension Office, Drew Garnett back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Good to have you back. And, of course, for folks that aren't familiar, Drew's the ag agent there. Actually took over, about 4 or 5 months ago, maybe?
Yeah, right at the beginning of December, right at the end of November.
Yeah. It's kind of, I knew it was beginning of this year or into last. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, so it's been good.
So how's that been to now that, now you've been in the chair for a few months here? How's the position been for you?
Settling in, getting my feet under me a little bit better. Every agent I've talked to, I think they said you'll be running around like a chicken with your head cut off for about 3 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can cut that down to 1, but we'll find out.
Well, and that's this thing is that position is really kind of the resident wisdom expert for ag stuff. I know from some of the people that have served in this position before, like Sandra Braza was a long time, and she's literally an encyclopedia of stuff like that. So by default, everyone after is almost kind of, hey, are these nuts good? I mean, you almost have to be on the fly, like, let's, you're kind of that person around town here to be that. And so people look to you to get answers when it comes to ag industry stuff.
Very much so. And of course, when you follow people like Sandra Barraza, you definitely have big shoes to fill.
That's true. But it sounds like you're doing a pretty good job.
I'm working on it.
But absolutely. So you kind of, and since COVID's hit and it's really hampered on the ability for that position to do the training and do some of the things that are part of what you do, now you kind of now that you take over and we're starting to open back up, you kind of got hit with, here's the landslide of stuff, right, that's been ready and waiting for you as soon as you sit down. So.
Yes, and obviously everybody's ready to get off Zoom and quit doing all these Zoom meetings and meet in person. And we have a great opportunity available for them right now.
Yes.
Actually coming up.
April 26th, coming up is the Southeast New Mexico Ranchers Workshop. Now, I can kind of sort of guess what it's about from that title, but I'm sure there's much more to it than just a bunch of ranchers getting together and hanging out.
It is, which is always a good time anyway.
Exactly.
When we get
Not saying
together
that's a
and
bad
hang
thing, but it's more than that.
It is, and so we're offering a lot of great information to help our community, help our producers here in the Pecos Valley, and actually it's a joint combination of Roosevelt, Eddy, Lee, and Chaves County. So it's not just one county that's working on this project.
Sure.
Now, we are the lucky ones that get to host it this year.
Well, and let's face it, we Chaves County is Roswell particularly is kind of a mecca for Southeast New Mexico in anything. Shopping, I mean, people come from, but especially in our surrounding rural counties, like you say, Grant, these other counties, which, let's face it, those are ag counties. Those are counties that they have low populations, not a lot of cities and towns, but they got a lot of agriculture.
We have a ton of ag.
So guess where they go when they need to get to town to get stuff? It's right here. So so that makes sense that this is really not just for Chaves County. It's for really Lee, Eddy, Hidalgo, all these surrounding areas.
Yes, and and that's one of the great things about the Extension Service too, is a lot of times we have different programs throughout the state at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not offering particular CEUs at this given time, but you need your CEUs coming up, Otero has CEU for your pesticide applicators license going on the 19th, I believe.
Okay.
So that'll be in Alamogordo.
So you can swing over there.
So you can swing over there if you have time. Obviously, we're hoping to have CEUs here. And in fact, with this Ranchers Workshop, we're trying to cover as much ground as we can.
Gotcha.
So we're going to start off the program with Beef Quality Assurance, which is a program that is designed for cattle health for ranchers and to give them better information about vaccines and things like that.
Gotcha.
We're actually going to have Dr. Wenzel, who will be here. He heads up that program for the state of New Mexico.
And is it some of it where it's even talking about better, more modern methods of doing some of this stuff?
Because that's a lot of it's modern methods, new chemistries, or even new rules and regulations that are coming out constantly. And the reason a lot of this stuff it becomes very political on some level, and so a lot of this beef quality assurance program is geared towards helping ranchers stay afloat in this political climate that we've kind of developed.
Yeah, I mean, you can have your thoughts or ideas on what you think of said regulation or whatever it is, but regardless, you have to be knowledgeable on it and you have to abide by it, because if you don't, then there's going to be consequences for that. So that's just how the game is played. But I would even say this benefits for because I know you got probably ranchers, generational ranchers, folks that this is my business and they know everything, and so they might look at this as if ain't nothing they're going to teach me at this, and I'm going to say, you know what? Yeah, in a sense, but I think in another way they're going to show you that, in the last 30, 40 years, there's been a lot of advances in the science of agriculture here, and some of it's good stuff, and we can show that to you.
And definitely, and I think ranchers and farmers here, and just our producers here in Chaves County are extremely knowledgeable. They're staying on top of the information that's out there, and all we're doing is we're trying to provide that information so it's readily available to them right here in Chaves County.
Yeah, knowledge is power, as they say, and so you have as family, industry, ranchers. This is your life. This is your paycheck. This is everything.
Oh yeah.
You want to make sure you got all bases covered here. So even if you don't agree or necessarily, want to abide by said regulations, you got to know them. You gotta know. And you know what? That's the thing. You got a bunch of other ranchers. Maybe there's workarounds. Maybe there's ways to satisfy both.
Well, there's ways to help, but I think one thing too is a lot of times people who aren't in the agricultural industry, they're hearing about technology or things for the first time.
Sure.
Whereas our farmers or our ranchers have been implementing those technologies
We've been doing that for about 10 years.
Decades,
Exactly.
And so, a big one is cover crops for farming. So, but you drive up and down the valley, you're going to see winter wheat, or you're going to see alfalfa, or you're going to see all these cover crops throughout our fields on a regular basis. We've been utilizing these things for a while. You've been seeing them switch to more efficient forms of irrigation, things like that, on a regular basis. They've been doing this for years because that is their moneymaker. They are trying to protect that soil. They are trying to protect that resource because that is how they provide for their families.
Who knows better than what that area needs than the person that's been working it their whole lives?
Yes.
You know? That's just what happens.
and that's the same thing with our ranching community. And obviously, we're trying to provide this opportunity for them to get more information to help their production system. And so that's why we're having the beef quality assurance. Then we're going to have another professor, Dr. Franny Miller, come in and talk about marketing opportunities. So that's a big topic right now, especially after everything that's gone on.
You're good at growing stuff, but you got to make money with it too.
Yes. And then on top of it, everybody likes a good meal. We're going to provide lunch, and actually lunch is going to be provided by the New Mexico Beef Council.
So you have a chicken?
No. Actually, they're going to be providing a brisket from Black Betty Barbecue.
Nice.
And so you're going to be fed well.
And I've seen the price of brisket nowadays. We can't afford it ourselves. Come on down here.
And Black Betty's got some great brisket.
They do got some great biscuit, but no, you try to buy it yourself. And I've been to the store. I'm sure you have too.
But this goes to show how much the New Mexico Beef Council actually believes in this BQA, Beef Quality Assurance Program, because they are going to be supporting this program by providing the lunch.
Nice.
And that's how much they believe in it.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, after a big brisket lunch, you're going to be a little bit slow and groggy.
Not going to ready to do a 12-mile run or anything?
No. So we definitely don't want anybody falling asleep after that. So we do have some live demonstrations on growth and reproductive technologies.
So some walk around and get the circulation going.
Yes, and keep you up off your feet. And
get your hands
get you
into
going.
the dirt a little bit, maybe.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And then after that, we have been seeing an increase in hair sheep here in Chaves County and a few of the other counties, which is meat, sheep for meat.
Okay, that's not the wool sheep. That's
That's
eaten.
And so these are sheep to eat, and so we're actually going to have some sheep and goat management lectures, and we're going to have Shad Cox. Shad Cox runs a ranch up near Corona, and it's the Corona Research Ranch. It's New Mexico State, where they implement all of the research they're doing on a real working production ranch. And so it's real world application. So he's going to be coming and talking about that. Patrick Kircher, who is the county agent for Roosevelt, is also going to be talking on that topic. And then from there, because the biggest problem with doing sheep or goats is going to be your predators.
Yeah.
So right after that, we're going to be talking about wildlife mitigation. So we're going to have Dr. Sam Smallage, who is New Mexico State's foremost authority on wildlife. And he is going to be coming over here, and he's going to be talking about wildlife mitigation to help control predators, to protect your sheep.
And that's a big area because obviously farmers and ranchers, this is a big problem for them, with the wildlife. However, there are certain rights that these ranchers and stuff have, and there's others they don't have when it comes to some of this stuff.
Oh, definitely.
And so you need to know the difference. You need to understand, and then you need to know the workaround. So if you've got, say, a wolf that's taking out livestock, how can you legally abate that problem without getting in trouble with the government and everybody?
Definitely. And generally with the sheep and the goats around here, the biggest problems, and even with cattle, a lot of these cattle are calving right now, and the coyotes are thick, and they're attacking these calves as soon as they're born. And so is controlling a lot of these issues that you can have, and finding out ways to work with the wildlife and to help kind of keep them off of your.
Since we're talking about meats and stuff, this is a gee whiz just question, and I don't know if this is more of a rancher thing, but the way the world is with food now and how we eat, and people are wanting to kind of expand their culture of food a little bit and try different things and new different things and eat different meats. I would definitely say is one of them. Are we seeing where we're ranchers and stuff? I mean, obviously we're beef country and dairy country. It's Cow City up here, but. I mean, is there more of a demand where people are wanting to eat goat, sheep, and meats that we look at as not the big three?
There really are. So there used to be a big industry for meat, for sheep, and here in the U.S. And one of the things that I understand kind of nixed that was during World War II. Our boys in the Pacific were being fed so much mutton that when they came home, they told their wives, "Do not fix me any mutton." So nobody was buying mutton, so the mutton industry just went down.
Gotcha.
And so, but over the last few years, whether it's from immigration or whether it's from just that was the only meat left on the shelf, we might as well try it. And now, oh my gosh, this is delicious.
People are getting more into that.
Because it is. People are getting into it. There was a conference a while back in Texas, and a representative from HEB was saying they had trouble keeping any lamb on the shelf. And so it is an industry that is picking up, and so that you're seeing that represented here because our producers are.
And I think people are also looking for beef alternatives too, and they're talking about less red meat and things. So I didn't know if things like buffalo were starting to rise up, because buffalo is beef without all the cholesterol problems and stuff, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Well, in reality, when you look at, so I've this may be going off on a different topic, but I feel like we have a portion control issue more than a red beef.
I get you.
Control.
I understand what you're saying.
Because if you
don't eat the whole cow,
which is tempting. Trust me, as a guy that loves to eat.
Like, I get it, but you don't need a 30-ounce steak. Maybe go with a 10-ounce.
Yeah. So in reality, when you look at the fat content of beef, you're going to find that the fat in beef is not all the negative fats that you actually see with a lot of other products. So,
gotcha.
And that may be a great topic for another time.
Yeah, I was just curious about that, like, because where supply and demand goes.
Very much.
And I know the public, when they stare, and I know buffalo is one of those options where people are saying, look, it's like, it tastes like beef and things, but it's leaner meat and there's lower cholesterol and stuff.
It is.
If that's a concern for people, I'm thinking, well, let's try that.
I can't speak for buffalo meat as far as that goes. I've had it. It's delicious.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I still generally err towards beef on that.
Well, and I'm a guy that loves to try new meats.
Me too.
So, like if you're like, here's an antelope burger, I'm like, game on. You know what I mean? Or here's some elk nachos, game on, I'm in. Or here's some rabbit stew, game on, I'm in.
And definitely for those things, they're still ranched. Mm-hmm. So when you have elk nachos or an elk steak or a buffalo burger or whatever it was, that came from a ranch that they were actually raising those for a specific purpose.
Yeah, I don't think they'd make much money if they had to go out and hunt elk.
Well, that's actually illegal.
Yeah. Well, I would, but it wouldn't be a good business model. I mean, you literally have to hire hundreds and thousands of people to go hunting just to meet the needs.
Yeah,
that's not
which is one of the problems that we had with our wildlife back in the day.
Yeah,
was because there were so many people going out and just hunting on a large scale to feed everybody on the East Coast, which is another great benefit. And one thing that we need to realize, we have our wildlife because of our ranchers too.
Sure.
So because our ranchers are so efficient and so great at producing beef, lamb, everything else that we eat, pigs, we do have the wildlife. And actually, because of their management practices out on the range, we have very sustainable ecosystems that these wildlife are coming back into.
Yeah.
For example, if you go north of town, you're going to see areas where there's dense bunches of mesquite or kind of encroaching on the landscape. You're not going to have your wildlife that predominantly show up there. The antelope, things like that, they don't like that. They want big, open, grassy plains.
Well, and that's, and this is, and now we're getting into another argument, but it's the same argument in some aspects. It's like when we talk about, BLM and these various other, land management federal entities that are around here, and we talk about, like, for instance, you look up in the Capitan, the mountains area up there, they have the wildfires and things. And we kind of did this to ourselves. And what I mean by that is they declare these places wilderness or wildlife areas, and they say we don't want man to touch it. Problem is, if man didn't get involved in there, now we're losing, like, say, owls. Owls can't hunt there no more because there's so much crap in there they can't see down to hunt, so now they're hanging out the Walmart looking for trash.
Yeah.
You've got fires that are now starting because we're not going in and getting out undergrowth and doing the things. So now we're actually making the ecosystem worse by not coming in and doing some mitigation there. It's and it's not going in and clear cutting. It's just little simple things. It's like pruning your garden or doing anything else like that. And the people, the farmers, the ranchers, the people that call this land home for generations, they know a little something about that. They know a lot more something about that than people in an office in Washington, D.C. And so that's why, we have so many people talking about this kind of stuff.
Yes, and I think that's just getting that information out and talking about it in a real-world sense.
Yeah.
And I think we can take one little bit of information and ignore the whole view of what's actually going on in that ecosystem and go off on any given little topic.
Sure.
But you really have to look at it with a holistic view and look at everything that goes on.
And really, that's farming and ranching.
Yes.
They do the things the way they do them because it works, and it goes with the flow of things, so to speak. And when you try to do things that buck against the flow or the grain, then you're going to have problems. You're going to find out, oops, there's consequences for things I did over here because I tried. And it's a machine, man. It's just a system. It's nature. It's how things go, and we have our role in it, and we've got to do our job in it for it to work. And you get people that may not necessarily be people that are knowledgeable in this making decisions that shouldn't be making those decisions.
Yes, and there's no way that we as humans can get outside. We can walk away from an area and say, oh, that's a wilderness area. But we've already messed up the system so much by bringing different plant material in. Salt cedar is a great example. Look at our rivers. I mean, they're just loaded with salt cedar. We planted that there back in the day to shore up those banks.
Yeah. Fight erosion.
Fighting erosion. And now look what it's done. It's completely wiped out a lot of native vegetation.
Yeah.
It drinks so much water, it's ridiculous. And so a lot of the issues that we have are because we brought in that plant.
Sure.
If we walk away from that system, the salt cedar is not going to go away.
Yeah,
it's not going to die. We're not maintaining
the human element
salt cedar.
would already suck the rest dry, basically.
The salt cedar's taken off. And so there's a lot of areas that we have to stay in and be involved because we've already messed up the system at some point.
Yeah.
And so if we're not involved, the system will not work the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, and the only way it will work is when you start turning on Discovery Channel and watching those when man leaves kind of things, and then everything goes back to normal at some point, but we won't be a part of that equation. That's another different story. But anyway, we're way off track.
Yeah, we are.
April 26th here. It's the big farmer ranchers workshop, I should say. But I'm guessing there's probably farmers that can get just as much out of this as ranchers.
Yeah,
so it's open up.
And a lot of the producers in our community, they're farmers and they're ranchers.
Sure, they do both.
They do both.
They got stuff in the dirt and stuff in the fields out there grazing. So.
And so we do offer a lot. We have BQA. You will be certified at the end of this. Or if you're already BQA certified, you'll get 2 CEU credits towards your continuing education on it, which you have to maintain so many every 3 years. Also, those last 2 talks, which we didn't even get into the flight control. We can get off in the weeds.
Touch on a little bit here.
But we are doing flight control. We're going to have Brandon Smythe, who runs the NMSU Veterinary Entomology Research Lab.
Okay.
So horn flies, stable flies, he's going to come talk about that, which are a big pest. They'll actually keep cattle moving and keep them from feeding and drinking water. It's impressive how such a small animal can actually disturb such a large animal. But they're going to be talking about that. But if you need more information, call Chaves County Extension, call myself.
Yeah.
Or if you're wanting to sign up, go to our website, which is chaves-extension.nmsu.edu.
Okay.
And there's a link right there on our webpage to sign up for the Southeast Ranchers Workshop.
Okay.
Now, it is $25 to sign up.
Okay. Well, that's pretty affordable.
Yeah, it's very affordable.
For the amount of training and certifications you get at the end of the day, $25 well spent.
And, I mean, for brisket lunch.
And lunch. Yeah, you drop more than that on lunch.
But that is pre-register. So sign up before April 22nd, and that is $25. It'll be $35 at the door.
Okay.
And that just helps us kind of cover the head count and everything that we're doing to set up.
Help a man out by registering early. That way he
help yourself out.
Yeah, you send $10, but you also you help with logistics and everything. We'd hate to get a bunch of people sign up the day of and we run out of brisket. That would be a bad thing to happen. So.
I
know. You won't get a piece because you waited till late. That's the rule.
You get half the brisket.
That's right. Y'all got to split a piece. But good thing news, it's tender, pulls right apart. It'll be easy to
fantastic.
And of course, if you have any questions, even if you're just the backyard gardener and you got questions and things, reach out to Drew. He can help you on that stuff too.
Yes, actually, I've been doing a lot of that. We've been going around. I was at a house the other day, and we were just looking at the irrigation system and helping them kind of better their irrigation and make sure that their lawn's going to be beautiful this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, if you have questions, issues with pecans and all that, and the weevils and quarantines and all that, he can sort all that out.
Please, I'm excited to do it.
If you want to show up and say, hey, are these nuts good? He can do that for you.
We'll eat a couple and we'll find out, right?
This has got a little bit more protein than it should. It's got a weevil in it. Very good. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to share? Give out the phone number one more time for the extension office.
Yeah. So the extension office is 575-622-3210.
Very good.
And so we're there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And so please give us a call. Anything we can help you with.
Yep. And like you said, the extension office runs through NMSU. So if you go on Facebook, put Chaves County Extension Office, you'll find it. You should be able to find their Facebook and all that, no problem. But it's all through NMSU. So if you see a bunch of NMSU stuff, you're in the right place. You're good to go.
Yes,
so
sir.
So if you don't remember the website or whatever, and of course you can always Google Chaves County Extension Office, and one of the first things in your search should be the website there, and you can click on the link and get registered and everything else. But we'd love to get you to save $10 and sign up early. But if you space or not sure if your time's, am I going to be free that day? You don't find out till last minute. No big deal.
Which
you can sign up
happens.
the day of it. It does happen. Farmers, ranchers, everybody's lives are busy, and you're like, if that's that day, then that's what happens. So. But and of course, if you have questions or anything, don't hesitate to reach out, or if you're looking for other certifications or resources for that stuff too. And then of course, while you're calling the extension office, you want to know more about 4-H or any of that stuff. That you can talk to the folks there too or help out, or if you want to talk some diabetic cookbooks or diabetic classes, things like that, the health side of things, you can reach out to. There's folks that can help you.
Yeah, there's a whole host of things that we do that people don't know about, and we love to talk to you about them.
Yeah, so come on down. And then again, April 26th, it'll be at the extension office there on Chisholm, right?
No, it'll actually be at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds.
Okay,
it'll be in what we dub the new building.
Yes, until they either come up with a new building, then it's just going to be
new name.
It's just going to be new building. Even 30 years later, it's new building. Just how it works. Thanks, Drew. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
We'll see you. We'll actually see you next week, probably.
Sure.
So very good. All right, it is 8:42. Let's pause for some news and weather and a quick break. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. New details on the wildfires that appear to have gotten out of control by BLM. Firefighters were working to control a fire in Chaves County that started late last week. Between Dexter and Roswell throughout the weekend, at last word, at least 1,900 acres had been scorched. The gusty winds, of course, causing problems for the fire crews. It was dubbed the Midway Fire. It was said to be about 80% controlled by late Monday night. And then further out, about 100 firefighters were battling the latest blaze that was out of control, sending up a huge plume of smoke that could be seen for miles in the Rio Grande Valley. Valencia County officials called for evacuations in the area, directing residents to a shelter at a community center in rural Belen, which is just south of Albuquerque. An unknown number of structures were lost in that fire, according to KOAT television. You're up to date. That's a look at local news headlines. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Procrastinators Club of America newsletter is called Last Month's Newsletter. Their first newsletter should be released any day now. Here's Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm today and very windy. We could get a few gusts up to 55 miles per hour. We have a cold front on the way and low pressure moving across northern New Mexico. We should have sunshine, but those winds will be extremely gusty. For tonight, stays very windy, our low in the mid-40s and clear. A little bit cooler on Wednesday, still breezy, sunshine, and low 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Billionaire Elon Musk, one of Twitter's biggest shareholders, is reversing course and will no longer join the company's board of directors. The World Bank says Ukraine's economy will shrink by 45.1% this year because of Russia's invasion, which has shut down half of the country's businesses, stopped imports and exports, and damaged a vast amount of critical infrastructure. Financial and export sanctions imposed by Western allies in response to the war are plunging Russia into a deep recession. That's according to the World Bank. Pacific Gas and Electric has agreed to pay more than $55 million to avoid criminal prosecution for two major wildfires started by aging Northern California power lines belonging to the nation's largest utility, prosecutors announced on Monday. PG&E does not admit wrongdoing in the two settlements reached with prosecutors for last year's Dixie Fire and the 2019 Kincaid Fire. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Roswell Skin Center, a brand new state-of-the-art facility located in the 400 Penn Plaza building here in Roswell, is now accepting new patients. Dr. Brandon Cometti and his team offer a full range of skin care services, including general dermatology, surgical and cosmetic procedures, including cutting-edge laser rejuvenation, Botox, filler, laser hair removal, chemical peels, and other non-invasive options to improve skin health and turn back the hands of time. Call and schedule your appointment at Roswell Skin Center today. 208-2509. That's 208-2509.
Roll in and win during the Moneyopoly sales event at Roswell Nissan for 6 big days. Now through the 16th, get game-changing savings on a great selection of vehicles, like a 2017 Chevy Malibu for just $279 a month, a 2018 Escape for only $249 a month, or a 2015 Rogue for just $149 a month. Play the Plinko Cash Grab for your shot at cold hard cash and register to win a brand new swimming pool. Plus, bring your mailer in for a chance to win $50 grand. Moneyopoly on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh no, baby.
All AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh no, baby.
Haha, now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning.
Fergalicious.
From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit?
Fergalicious.
Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love.
Fergalicious.
Registration is now open for summer and fall classes at ENMU Roswell. Summer classes start June 6th. Fall classes start August 15th. Whether you're a new student, returning student, or want to learn new skills or a trade, they have the programs and financial aid to support you every step of the way. Take classes during the day, evening, or online. Talk with an advisor today. Call 575-624-7294 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
If your car breaks down, no need to cry, because there's always a pal nearby at Big O. At Big O Tires. Locally owned will get you in gear. That's because you've known us for years at Big O. Big O Tires. Don't need to sweat any extra labor. You can always trust a good neighbor at Big O. At Big O Tires. The best service is part of our code. Need a cup of sugar? We're down the road at Big O. At Big O Tires.
Now through April 24th, buy 3, get 1 free on Mesa AP3, Mesa HT, Cooper Endeavor, and Cooper Endeavor Plus brand tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price. Not to exceed $35 where permitted. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers. At participating locations, no cash value. Some stores in Missouri, Minnesota, and Kansas are company owned.
The Valley Cafe is now open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Located inside the 180 Youth Building across from Church on the Move on Brasher in Roswell. Enjoy soups, salads, sandwiches, burgers, and more. Try one of their signature creations like the sweet and spicy burger with honey jalapeno bacon barbecue sauce, the chicken cordon bleu soup, Chef Anthony Noble's fried avocados, and the Smotherman burger with creamy green chili sauce. Or swing by for coffee or breakfast burritos on your way to work. The all-new Valley Cafe, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 3. Stop in for breakfast, lunch, or even a snack after school. Don't feel like leaving home? Order takeout from DoorDash.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Movie trailers were originally shown after the movie, which is why they're called trailers. Mike thought they named them after the mobile home. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:50. Got a couple minutes here before top of the hour. I was during the commercial break there. I was watching more footage without sound, of course, but watching footage on TV of the shooting. I guess is what they're calling it in Brooklyn in the zoo there, or at the Brooklyn subway, not the zoo, the Bronx Zoo.
Might as well be a zoo.
But they were showing earlier. I see they keep saying shooting suspect.
Right.
But like I just saw footage. They were showing footage of the subway and it was like someone's cell phone footage. And they showed this subway train and there's a bunch of smoke billowing out of the entrance while a bunch of people were trying to escape out of the train. And then one guy was like limping. And I don't know if I'm wondering if it was, they say shooting, but I heard him say something about unexploded devices. I'm wondering if this guy or guys,
people,
right. Are if it's more just shooting.
Right.
They keep saying
some
like the headline saying they're the manhunt for a shooting suspect, and I'm like, I don't know.
And I think that maybe that's just what they're leading with.
Yeah.
Because that's the
I feel like there's more to it than this one guy or whatever.
And we're still really early on with all this happening.
It's just there's a lot of confusion and they're seeing shooting, but I'm seeing more evidence of explosions, not shooting. So maybe it's a little combination of both.
Right.
I don't know. It's crazy, whatever it is. So hopefully it's not too serious. And I think they said 5 to 7 shot, a dozen injured was what I heard. So, and I'm guessing injured. There's probably shooting and explosives. I mean, that sounds like what, I don't know if this was just a one-person wrecking crew that came through or something more organized. Right. I don't know, but it's crazy.
It is a lot.
It's scary and sad either way.
This is why I go to Jimmy John's. Too soon? That's all I got, folks. It's what I do, and I brought it up with my therapist. I'm like, look, it's not a healthy thing that I do, but this is how I cope with tragic situations that I have for my whole life. I'm just going to make jokes awkwardly until things.
I'm that guy that makes them and then laughs at them. So
Try to add just a little bit of levity into otherwise.
Who am I to judge?
Into an otherwise dark place.
But yeah, it's just crazy. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more coming out of this story and all day here as they sort things out and figure out whether this was something more organized or just an insane person or a group of insane people, whatever it is. Crazy. So, couple things happening when I put on the radars here. Of course, we just talked to the Victory Outreach folks or played that interview. Their event will be this Saturday, April 16th, 2 p.m. There at Westminster Presbyterian Church, West 4th. 2801 West 4th is the actual address there. Also, don't forget the deadline for Leadership Roswell's Alumni Association, their Leadership Awards. The deadline to get nominees in is this Friday at 5 p.m.
Yep.
If you would like to submit a nomination for Lifetime Achievement Award, Outstanding Leader Award, Award for Commitment to Youth, or the Leadership Roswell Alumni Award, get your nominations to Elaine Mayfield by Friday. You can reach out to her via the Telly, 575-626-2640, or via email at condor@dfn.com.
I used to try to make a condor sound. There you go.
Make your eagle sound.
That's the same sound.
I know. I was just wondering.
Slightly longer. Pterodactyl?
Give me a hawk.
Pretty much most talon birds.
Cougar. Sorry, I was going to try to slip one in just to see if you could.
Nice. Hey there, young man.
What's it about the riper the berry, sweeter the juice?
Sweeter the juice.
There you go. But yeah, I definitely want to do that. What was the other thing I was going to mention? I can do this too. Don't forget tomorrow. No, what's today? Tuesday? Friday night. I was thinking it was like Thursday again. My head's way ahead of myself.
Thinking.
I know. Maybe it is. Church on the Move has their big Good Friday family night on Saturday. Just kidding. It's Friday. Good Friday. It's going to be happening at Church on the Move from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. They're going to have an Easter egg hunt for all ages 12 and under, a free petting zoo, and they got like llamas and kangaroos and yaks.
Oh my.
They're going to have a bevy of local food trucks with delicious, tasty treats. And, of course, the Easter egg hunt's got big prizes. Like they got the gold eggs where some folks could win Nintendo Switches and other great prizes as well. They're going to have like the surfboards and the jumpers and all that stuff. So.
Switch has such a better connotation than it did when we were kids.
Yeah.
When we were kids, it was a punishment. Go cut me a Switch.
Yes. Depending on what part of the country you live.
It was my grandma's. Go cut me a Switch. And if you didn't cut a good enough one, she'd make you go back and cut a better one.
Yeah, in the city.
Whip you with that one and then make you go back and cut a bigger one.
Go in the more city parts. I think Switch refers to a switchblade.
Yeah. In this case, Nintendo Switches.
That's right.
Much, much more fun.
Nintendo Switch. Which I've never played with one, but it's like a Game Boy and a main system all
real
once.
Cool.
Like you can play it like handheld and then go right to the big TV.
And that's what's cool about it is it's literally like a handheld device that has the capability of an Xbox or a PlayStation. So you can play like full blown games on a handheld.
Nice.
And then just swap it out, pop it on the screen, and
Now, have they come out with a bevy of Nintendo games like Nintendo does? Where, like, can I play like old school Nintendo?
So what's really cool
style games
about the Switch, and I have my daughter's hasn't her Joy-Cons don't work. I actually need to get new ones. But we had a membership to the Nintendo Club or something like I can't remember which one it was. But you get a selection of NES and SNES games.
Oh, okay.
That you can just play. It's like Netflix, but for old school video games.
Okay, and you can play them on your Switch?
On your Switch, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So like I was just, this was back during quarantine times when I was stuck in the house. I realized, I have this thing, and I was just sitting there playing Mario Kart, like the old school SNES Mario Kart.
Man. See, I'd be up all in the Tecmo Bowl world.
They have it.
I would be all
Tecmo
about
Super Bowl, I believe.
Yeah, they have Super Bowl? Okay. See, there was Tecmo Bowl,
right,
which is the OG original. And it didn't have all the NFL teams, but it had names. Some of the star-stud names of the original Tecmo Bowl include Bo Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Lawrence Taylor, of course.
LT.
Derek Thomas of the Kansas City Chiefs. He was a stud. Ronnie Lott was a stud in that game.
Yeah. And they all looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
They were like 2 pixels big.
You know what? I used to kick butt with the Jets quarterback, Ken O'Brien.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. That guy, I don't know, I just had the touch for that quarterback. Like, because some quarterbacks had what I called the rainbow passes, and these were quarterbacks that had weaker arm strength, and so their passes were like these big rainbow.
And they always used to make that sound.
Yeah, and then it gave enough time for the corners to come and intercept the ball. So you didn't want a rainbow quarterback.
Right.
But then you had your bullet passers like Dan Marino and Warren Moon, and these guys would throw these rifles, and sometimes that would be too much too. So you kind of had to find the Goldilocks
the sweet
guys.
spot. Yeah.
When I
knew I was in trouble with games like that. Is when I put it in and all my friends would like pick their plays and I'd be like, "What's a nickel offense?" I would be looking at these like X's and O's. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
And the Tecmo Bowl is like 4 or 8 plays. I don't even remember how they gave it in.
But then, Michael, then I found WCW versus NWO World Tour, and I knew I was okay. It's like I can beat a 40-man battle royal with Eric Bischoff. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm in my sweet spot now.
But you're like I formation, no idea.
Yeah, no clue. What the heck? I still to this day don't know what a flea flicker is. Still to this day. Think. Yep, exactly.
That's all it is. No. No, it's when the.
No, I don't want to know.
Oh, you want to know?
At this point, it's moot.
If I was a quarterback, passing around back and around back, throw it. Anyway, it's 9:00. We'll stop talking about our expert football knowledge. Time for Town Hall News. You're listening to 106.5.
Here's a guy that segues to the news.
Here's a guy. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A manhunt is underway in New York City. Police searching for the gunman who opened fire this morning at a subway station in the borough of Brooklyn. At least 5 and perhaps as many as 7 people were shot and wounded. It happened during the morning rush around 8:30 local time at the 36th Street station in Brooklyn's Sunset Park neighborhood. The suspect, wearing an orange construction vest, got away, apparently escaping on a subway train. Also, a report the suspect was wearing a gas mask at the time of the attack and that undetonated smoke devices were found at the station. The New York Post with a series of photos online showing several of the shooting victims lying on a bloodied station platform. It's not clear whether they were shot on the platform or on a train that had stopped at the station. And with cameras virtually everywhere these days, NYPD detectives will have a lot of video to review as they try to get an up-close look at the suspect and perhaps will be releasing pictures to the public. The latest inflation index shows inflation holding around a 40-year high in March. Consumer price index soared 8.5% from a year ago. The Heritage Foundation's E.J. Antoni saying there's been a litany of excuses from the Biden administration.
At first we were told there was no inflation. Then we were told it was only transitory. Then we were told it was a high-class problem. Then we were told inflation was actually good for us. And now we're told that inflation is Russia's fault.
The biggest year-over-year increase in inflation since December 1981. Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine may be entering a new, even more horrific phase. Ukrainian officials claim that Russian-backed forces unleashed chemical weapons on Ukrainian troops and civilians in the southern port city of Mariupol. Wall Street, the Dow's up 161 points, the Nasdaq ahead 120, and the S&P trading 26 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Mother's Day is coming, and so is the challenge. What do you give the mom that gave you everything? This Mother's Day, give the gift of a lifetime of memories, digitized forever. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. We started Legacy Box over a decade ago to simplify preserving footage of mom's wedding, your first steps, and all the milestone moments that made your mom, mom.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box to convert those meaningful moments.
Legacy Box is simple, safe, and affordable. Simply fill your Legacy Box with photos, film, and tapes. Our team of experts will do the rest.
Not to mention, you'll get back your originals and new digital copies on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud, ready to relive and share for generations.
Make your mom feel extra special this Mother's Day with what Real Simple calls the perfect gift.
Visit legacybox.com/LBox to get early access to our Mother's Day sale. That's legacybox.com/LBox for an unbelievable deal. Legacybox.com/LBox.
Looking to avoid default, Sri Lanka planning to suspend its foreign debt repayments.
Sri Lanka's foreign exchange reserves dropped below $2 billion at the end of March, and the country is struggling to afford food, fuel, and medicines. About $4 billion of foreign debt repayments are due this year. The government is due to start talks with the International Monetary Fund for a loan program next week. Sri Lanka is facing its worst economic crisis since independence from Britain, with rolling power cuts and import curbs. The worsening shortage of basic supplies has triggered protests across the country, with the demonstrators demanding the resignation of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
That's BBC's Embarrassing Eddie Roshan. An Israeli police officer shot and killed a Palestinian man who had stabbed him. Happened in southern Israel early today, the latest in a series of deadly incidents during the month of Ramadan. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. A change in strategy for one big-time political donor.
The nonprofit that distributed most of the $350 million Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg donated to election offices in 2020 says it will not disperse similar donations this year. Instead, the Center for Technology and Civic Life says it is launching a different program. The new program, called U.S. Alliance for Election Excellence, will be an $80 million 5-year program with the goal of creating a network where local election officials from throughout the nation can apply for aid to improve their technology and processes. The Zuckerberg donations in 2020 were criticized by some conservatives who theorized the so-called Zucker bucks helped tilt the presidential election toward Joe Biden. I'm Mike Gracia.
Recapping the hour's lead story, 13 people hurt, at least 5 of them shot at a New York City subway station this morning. Happened during the morning rush hour, the station in the borough of Brooklyn. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday.
Indeed.
Welcome to it. Hope you're having a good one.
It's windy.
It is.
Already.
Today's going to be nasty.
Yeah, they said up to 55 mile an hour gusts.
Yeah.
And me without my hat. Doggone it.
Yeah. I don't know, though. I don't know if a hat's a good idea in weather like this.
Well, it is,
because you might lose it.
As long as it's, well fitting.
Or you have to get one of those chin strap jobbers.
Yep. That's always fun. Then you get the flop thing going on. Flop factor. But yeah, it's a lot better than, me walking out of any windy situation looking like a crazy person.
Yeah, and me being bald doesn't help. Because what little hair's up there?
Yeah, same.
Goes askew.
That's what I'm saying. There's parts of my hair that I have to pull over other parts of my head in order to cover and make it, even coverage. And so by the end of it, I end up looking like, what's that one? I can't think of the movie, but
like The Sail with the hairpiece.
Yeah, exactly. What was the movie where David Spade?
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Where David Spade's hairpiece just. Whoop, shoop.
Yeah. I saw a picture on Facebook about a month ago.
Yeah.
And some guy was at like a basketball game, and they're sitting in the stands. It's an NBA or college. It's a professional game, and they're sitting in the stands there, and the person right in front of them has a toupee, but the toupee came unglued in the back half, So the back half was literally doing what you're talking about,
It was just
but it was
flapping
a reverse the other way, and the guy had no clue, and so he's sitting there enjoying his game, watching not with half his head, and not one of the people
You
around
gotta
him
imagine
tells
you're gonna
him.
feel a breeze or something.
You'd think like whoever went with him to the game would be like, "Hey, fix up top, bud. You gotta squirrely there." But no one said nothing to this man, and Lord knows how long he sat there with said windsail hairpiece.
Dude, if I was a bald man, I would have so much fun at live events. I would specifically
You can make yourself bald.
Yes, I can, but I'm not going to because I'm afraid of what won't come back. I would sneeze my toupee into everyone's popcorn every chance I get. That's it. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Just for fun.
You could do it anyway.
Yeah, I could.
You could just put one on.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Just put one on.
Put one on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I could just a regular wig.
Yeah, or get like not a full one, like a little cod piece to put up there.
Like a hair yarmulke?
Yeah, a hair yarmulke that you can just sneeze
There
and
you go.
pop off. So, you know.
But that's even weirder because then you look back and you see a full head of haired man picking up his hairpiece.
Well, that why
his
you're
additional hairpiece.
Well, that's when you look behind you and say, "Where'd that come from?"
What in God's name? Oh God, I need to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I actually did that when I was a teenager at a game.
Yeah,
I got away with it. I can't believe it was an accident.
Right.
It was a Caps game, and we're watching the Caps, and the Caps they just had a big goal, and I was sitting there holding a cup of Coke in my hand, and the Caps scored.
And you
you jump up to celebrate. Everyone stands up, but my knees went faster than my hands, and so my knee hit the cup as I was going up, and it launched and landed on the dude in front of me. And I had 3/4 of a thing of soda in there. And all I did was, man, who threw that? And I turned around and looked just instinctually.
Right.
And just I just like, oh, man. So I was like, did you get, I saw it come over. See, I got a few drops right here.
Yeah.
And
Just instantly passed the buck.
It worked.
Well played.
I don't know how I pulled it off. I was like 14.
Right.
And but I pulled it off. And it was
You just instantly go race. Yes,
I just said, man, somebody threw a thing. I was like, it got you. I was like, yeah, I got some on me. I saw it come over my head and then hit you.
Great arc, too.
Yeah.
Kid's got an arm.
And it was enough confusion where people standing and slapping and high-fiving where he couldn't question my... I mean, I think he was a little suspect.
Oh, yeah.
But,
what's he going to do? Beat up a kid at a Caps game?
Exactly. I was a 14-year-old snot-nosed kid, And it was an accident at the end of the day.
But that's the thing. When you're a kid, like with adults, and I didn't do this enough, but you should lean into that. It's like, yeah, I did it. Hit me. Hit me.
And it was funny because it wasn't like my parents weren't there. It was me and a couple older friends, and so there was one of us was 18, and so they drove and got us to the Cap Center and all that stuff. So I remember it wasn't like parents and everything with me. So we were really left to our own.
You were unaccompanied minors.
Yeah, we're latchkey kids. What do you want to do? I'm a Gen Xer. This is how we were raised.
Is that something that still applies? Like, are latchkey kids still a thing? I mean, I guess with working parents, they would have to be, but it just...
We live in a world where everything's a lot closer communication-wise, so it's a little bit trickier to pull that off, but yeah, it's possible.
I feel like we were left to our own devices a lot younger when we were kids.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
like
why...
the big one watched the little one.
People our age have trouble when we see parents and stuff today, and I get it, you protect your kids, but at some point you're like, dude... We were just here, turn us loose, I don't know. I was 10, 12 being left at home by myself and saying, we'll be back at 2, be sure, get home from school.
Right.
By myself all the time.
My kids go out and play with with the other kids in the park, at the trailer park, and I sometimes we'll go out and sit on the porch and watch them, observe and everything. Yeah. Most of the time I just kick the door open, put the cat in the back, bedroom and listen, but I'm still going to be in my house, doing my house stuff.
Do them, but at the same time,
that's why I'm like, the kids want to go out and play. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to sit on the porch for 45 minutes, It's like, I want to be a good dad, but
sure,
we didn't have constant supervision. We were mostly fine.
No, it was... It was
some of us.
Summertime, get out the house, come back when the street light comes on.
Then again, you're hearing a lot more stories nowadays of the stuff that's coming out of, that was happening back then.
Sure. They would just arm us with the information. Somebody in a van pulls up, don't get in.
Yeah. Pretty simple, actually.
That's what they tell us. Don't take candy, don't, And if there was a creepy dude rolling around, usually your gang of kids would, start yelling, screaming. Creepy dude goes away.
I saw a meme the other day. It was like, your mom thought we were just riding our bikes around the blocks for 6 hours. Meanwhile, we snuck away to a dirt lot, saw a body.
Right? Yeah. Stand By Me. That whole movie is a product of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's turn us loose.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
And I was reminded too, the post said the Sunset Pits, and absolutely that was stomping grounds, like right behind where you used to live.
Yeah.
That whole little Arroyo area out there. We used to just constantly roll through there. I mean, we'd find like an empty refrigerator. We had all these like theories that there was like a satanic cult out there. And
oh yeah, we had Goat Man.
Yeah, Goat Man.
I think everybody had Goat Man, but
some type of like creature.
Yeah. Well, I think I may have told you. Like I said, I grew up in a neighborhood in the 80s there where it was a new home building neighborhood. So, and my parents bought early. So we were like one of the first 3 houses in this subdivision. So for a while there wasn't a lot of people. And then people start moving in. But there was a back half of the neighborhood that was not that wing that they hadn't opened yet.
Right.
And so there was literally a road with a barricade and then woods behind it. And you're like, now it's a neighborhood, but back then it wasn't.
Right.
And so that's where Goat Man lived, beyond the barricade where Goat Man was. We don't go beyond the barricade, kind of thing.
Ours was the Underhouse Man.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, because there was a house just down the alley from us with this crawl space under the house, and we could get into it. So like we would go and hang out in the Underhouse, but we would always hear like this creaking. And it was probably just the people living in the house,
right?
That didn't know there were children underneath their house.
Yeah, exactly. None of it is what it is.
And so we made up this the Underhouse Man was after us.
Yeah, and that's kids and imagination adventures.
Exactly.
And that's just what it is.
And we turned out fine. We all have therapists now, and we're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Robert Reynolds is going to join us here in just a few. Robert pops in once a month to keep us up to date on various things around our community, including stuff around at the various city entities, along with his poetry group, gospel singing, all that good stuff. So Robert's going to give us an update here in just a few. Later on, we'll get you up to date with the news of the local variety, along with your town hall business and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do any of that stuff, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm today and very windy. We could get a few gusts up to 55 miles per hour. We have a cold front on the way and low pressure moving across northern New Mexico. We should have sunshine, but those winds will be extremely gusty. For tonight, stays very windy. Our low in the mid-40s and clear. A little bit cooler on Wednesday, still breezy, sunshine, and low 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently helps you if you push the button before you start talking. That's a rule in radio, I heard. They're like, what's the golden rule? Push the button before you start talking. That's the golden rule. Currently 60. Actually, I don't think that's the freshest. Let me try refreshing it. Let me see if I can get a little fresher. There we go. That's a little fresher. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 20%. Winds currently out of the southwest at 20, gusting to 29 miles per hour. For today, we do have the high wind warning and red flag warning. Those are in effect until 9 p.m. this evening. And then we'll have a fire weather watch for tomorrow between 9 and 9 as well, because of the winds here the next couple days. But for today, they're talking areas of blowing dust this afternoon. Sunny and 85 with winds out of the southwest this morning, 25 to 30 miles per hour. Later today, increasing 35 to 40 and gusting as high as 50 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with an overnight low of 44 degrees. Winds will remain windy out of the southwest, 25 to 35, gusting as high as 45 miles per hour. After midnight, those winds will drop down a little bit, 15 to 25. Wednesday, another sunny day, cooler, 72 for a high, and winds will remain breezy out of the northwest, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 37 degrees, west winds 15 to 20, dropping down to a more manageable 5 to 10 after midnight. And then Thursday on, less winds and warming back up. Sunny, highs right around 80 on Thursday with northwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, sunny with a high of 86. And then your weekend warming up nicely, mostly sunny, 89, 90 for a high on Saturday. Sunny highs once again right around 90 on Sunday. All right, it is closing in on 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take about a 3.5-minute commercial break. And then on the other side, we'll have Robert Reynolds join us. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
There's nothing like a good night's sleep. But if your old, worn-out mattress is keeping you up at night, then hurry to Glenn's Furniture and change your life. Glenn's carries Serta, the finest mattress in the world. Whether you prefer a traditional inner spring, a modern memory foam, or a hybrid that combines the best of both, Glenn's has the right size and right firmness in stock, specially priced and ready for free delivery. So don't lay awake another night. Head for Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, making sweet dreams since 1953.
For people suffering with joint pain, simple movement feels like just taking a step feels like, and lifting your arm can feel like. Don't let joint pain be in charge of your life. The skilled orthopedic experts at Loveless Medical Group SCORE are helping more people take back their lives with some of the most advanced surgeries in the region. We're doing more than restoring joints, we're restoring lives. Call Loveless Medical Group SCORE today at 575-625-3300 so life can feel like,
Join Church on the Move Good Friday, April 15th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. for an outdoor fun-filled family night with a free Easter egg hunt for kids ages 12 and under. Every age group that participates in the egg hunt will have a chance to win prizes, including Nintendo Switches and lots of free candy. Plus, Church on the Move will have a free feeding and petting zoo with over 40 animals, including zebras, llamas, yaks, and kangaroos. Free mechanical bull, surfboard, blow-up games, and free paintballing for the teenagers. We'll also have our local food trucks on hand with all of your favorite food. Come and join in on this fun-filled family night on Good Friday at Church on the Move, 901 West Brasher in Roswell, starting at 5:30 p.m.
You know what happens in the spring. It's cleanup time, and AC&B, HF Sinclair, Navajo Refining, and the Boy Scouts are at it again to help clean up our community. The Scouts will come to your house and haul off items that you need to dispose of and have no way of hauling. The dates for pickup are April 23rd, May 28th, June 4, and June 11. Just call 575-513-0143. You know what happens in the spring. It's cleanup time, and AC&B, HF Sinclair, Navajo Refining, and the Boy Scouts are at it again to help clean up our community. The Scouts will come to your house and haul off items that you need to dispose of and have no way of hauling. The dates for pickup are April 23rd, May 28th, June 4, and June 11. Just call 575-513-0143 and let me know when, where, and what. Take advantage of this free service and let's make Artesia clean and beautiful.
Roswell Medical Clinic is pleased to welcome Tanya Montoya as the newest member of the family. Tanya's expertise includes functional medicine, wellness, and women's health. Tanya seeks to truly partner with her patients to provide cutting-edge ideas to not only treat chronic diseases, but reverse them. Roswell Medical Clinic is committed to listening and helping each patient become the best version of themselves. Call Roswell Medical Clinic at 575-623-3311 or stop by 111 West Hobb Street. Roswell Medical Clinic, providers that listen.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 95% of people text things they could never say in person. Check your text messages. We just sent you something. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning, Robert Reynolds back with us. Morning, Robert.
Morning, Mike. Morning, Southeast New Mexico.
How are you doing today?
Okay.
Good.
I'd like to say hi to Murray and Shani Roebuck, Tom Slama, and all any of my High Prairie Forestry Society people listening.
Okay. All right. Very good. Are they gathering together, or are they in different places?
In different places.
Okay. Very good. I know sometimes you have folks hanging out at a restaurant or something tuning in, so I didn't know if they were all together today. Of course, for folks who aren't familiar, Robert joins us once a month and keeps us up to date on a lot of things happening around town. And with this weekend being Easter weekend, there is a bunch of stuff happening around town for you to talk about. So I guess we should dive right in here.
Yeah.
Let's get a Senior Circle. No updates there. They're still closed. Nothing new on the horizon there about opening doors or anything like that, is there?
I call up her every week, and it's the same thing, nothing.
Okay, very good. Of course, the Genealogical Society, they're back in doing their meetings and everything now.
Yeah.
Their next one will be here April 14th, which is Thursday.
Yes.
Tell folks a little bit about that.
There's an article for your ancestors, and you can come there, and they'll have a guest speaker this time.
Okay.
And they're it's just $4 for single, $9.50 for a couple.
Yeah, if you want to be a member of the Genealogical Society, then like you said, it's very affordable.
Yeah.
But if you love genealogy and looking to look up family history, of course they have access to all of the online stuff that you see advertised. But they have the Wilson Cobb Library that's got a bunch of records and archives that, as a member, you get the privilege of going through and seeing and researching through there. So. But if you'd like to learn more, come out to their meeting on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday at 1:30.
1:30, and it's at the Wilson Cobb Library there on Richardson. So,
yes.
Very good. Give us an update on the High Prairie Poetry Society there. Of course, you guys are back meeting and get everything again, too. So give an update there.
I'm the president of the High Prairie Poetry Society. We're going to meet at Enchanted Hills Park on, it's going to be the 23rd of this month, April.
Okay.
At 2 o'clock, Enchanted Hills Park. And at 2 p.m. And just bring anybody, because age don't make any difference.
Yeah, all you got to have is a love of poetry, pretty much.
Yes.
Not really picky on age or anything. And, of course, if you want to come and share your own poetry that you've written, great. If you want to share someone else's poems that mean something to you, awesome. Or if you just want to come and not share poetry and just listen to other people do poetry, then no problem. Come on down.
Just come and listen.
And like I said, you're going to be meeting in Enchanted Hills Park there, so hopefully the weather works out and everything's nice there. But you guys usually bring like snacks or anything for those outdoor meetings? Or
yeah, they bring their own. I got next month, our talk show will be on May 10th.
Okay.
We're going to have a poetry picnic out at Enchanted Hills on May 21st.
Okay.
Out there from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. So come on out, be a part of it. Hopefully the wind's not so crazy.
Really? You can fly instead of walking.
Unlike today, yeah. What it's going to look like today here. But, yeah, absolutely. Let's move on to Vitalant. Of course, I know they got blood drive scheduled through April here. Call and reach out to Vitalant, but they're in need of blood. If you'd like to donate blood, please reach out to them and give the gift of life.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's talk a little bit about this is I'm not sure what this
Sun Country.
Oh, Sun Country. I was trying to figure out what that word is. Yeah, give us of course, Sun Country Physical Therapy is one of your you lost well over 100 pounds several years ago and kept it off, and Sun Country's helped you do that.
Yes, Mike Elo and his group are good therapists, and he's got walk-ins, and he's open Monday through Thursday from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And on Friday from 8 to noon.
Okay.
And come on in, and he does for sports injuries. He a little bit of everything.
Very good. So if you're recovering from surgery and rehab, or sport injury rehab, or looking for a healthier lifestyle, Sun Country Physical Therapy's got the plan for you.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right, let's talk about what's going on at First Methodist Church. I know you've got your Wednesday things, but they also got their Easter stuff here too. So let's start with their Wednesday stuff.
Yes, the Wednesday, they're not having it tomorrow because they're one of the 5 churches having Holy Week.
Okay.
At 12 noon tomorrow, but they'll be having the next one on April 20th.
And Holy Week, what that is there's the 5 churches have partnered together, and like each day they host service and sermon, and usually there's food involved, and the pastor of that home church gets to kind of talk to the congregation, and so they in a week they're basically going to each other's churches, visiting and celebrating God together. That's what's
really
going
fun.
on this
We
week.
had St. Mark's yesterday, and we got St. Andrew's today.
Okay, very good. So, and of course, folks are welcome to come out to those services here. And then, of course, First United Methodist Church would like to invite you out for, they've got their Easter festivities coming up this weekend as well, their egg hunt and their Sunday services, too.
Yeah, they're going to be at the Double Cross Ranch, 4804 Thunderbird Road.
Okay.
On Easter Sunday from 11 to 1. And the number to call now is 575-622-1881.
Okay, very good. So lots happening at First United. Let's talk about Trinity United. Talk about what they've got going on at their church.
Yeah, we got this coming Saturday from 11 to 1. We're going to have Easter egg hunt and cookout in the courtyard.
Okay.
From 11 to 1. And then Friday night, for Good Friday, they will hold a service at 6 o'clock also on the 15th.
Very good. So, again, if you're looking for a church home, there's another place I'd love to have you there. Grace Community Church, of course, they're going to have their Easter service and everything too, but they also they've got other programs and things. But talk a little bit about their cancer service. This is basically, if I remember right, it's kind of like a support group where families that have dealt with cancer themselves, and it's a support group, right? What I'm understanding.
Yeah, they meet on Tuesdays.
Okay.
At 6 o'clock.
All right.
And also, Grace has their Easter sermon. It's going to be Saturday night on the 16th.
Okay.
At 6 o'clock.
6 p.m. Very good. And so reach out if you'd like some more information about the services, or, of course, their cancer support group there, too. That would be for families that maybe could use some help there dealing with some grieving or issues. Sometimes you can find answers in groups like this that are sharing the same experiences with you. So,
yeah.
Good deal. Let's talk about the concert that's happening at the Pearson Auditorium here.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be May 7th.
Okay.
And it's going to be the Roswell Symphony and the chorus from El Paso, Texas. And it's called the Ode of Joy. And I think you said children under 12 and free. You got to call to see what the ticket prices are.
Okay, very cool. All right, let's talk about what is this? The rail show? I'm not sure.
Yes.
What's that first word? Smoker or smoking? Sunken rail show? I'm starting to read the word. Sorry.
It's April 23rd. The Smoking Rail Show. 301 North Railroad, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can call 575-626-1899 or 575-910-9200, and they'll give you more details.
Awesome. Very good. Let's talk about the Pecos Valley. I can't read it. They're at the Eagles Lodge here.
Yeah, it's for July 29th and 31st, the Pecos Valley Dart Association. The place at the Eagles Lodge, 3201 South Sunset.
Okay.
On July 29th, they've got registration. You can call it's that Facebook event page or call 575-910-5895 or 575-440-2061, and they'll give you more details.
Awesome. Of course, coming up here April 30th, for fans of the zoo and fans of brew, then brew at the zoo. You're going to want to be a part of it. That's happening April 30th.
Yeah, April 30th at the zoo. And they're going to be from 5 to 9 o'clock. You got to be 21 years old. Friends of the Zoo, river.org for more information.
Very good. Yeah, I think if I remember right, they'll you get a commemorative glass, and your cost covers, I think, like 10 samples. And then they also have a designated driver package, which is a little bit more affordable. You get like all you can drink non-alcoholic beverages and some food and all that kind of stuff. So definitely learn more by contacting the Friends of the Zoo there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's happening in Alto on the 23rd there.
Well, in Alto, the 23rd, the Alto Spencer Theater, 108 Spencer Road, 7 p.m. You go to spencertheater.com for more information.
Yeah, they got some good shows out there, and that's a beautiful facility if you've never been there. Very, very upscale, very nice, beautiful place. Let's talk about the here in Artesia, the event happening in Artesia on the 22nd through the 24th.
It's going to be the 22nd and 24th. It's the Secret of Buttermilk Hotel Play, and it's going to be in.
Is this the community theater there in Artesia doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and that's their play, Secret of the Buttermilk Hotel. Okay. Cool. So that's the weekend of the 22nd to the 24th there. They can get tickets.
And for more information, you get to the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. Very good. And I'm sure that's probably at the Ocotillo there. Speaking of the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center, they've got some other events coming up there, too.
Yeah. We got, they got about, let's see, They're going to have their Easter program also.
Oh, okay, perfect. Very good. You want to jump down to Ruidoso here, and for their, I guess they got some Easter egg stuff going on in Ruidoso too for folks that like to. We're going to be up there this weekend and want to participate.
You know, Ruidoso, they got the Bunny Run Easter Egg Hunt April 16th, 10 a.m., and it's free. You get fire truck rides free, and you can call Park and Recreation 575-257-5030 for more information.
Okay. What's this about the Poet Laureate? Talk a little bit about that, April 15th.
Yeah, it's April 15th, the Poet Laureate nominations and application for the Poetry of New Mexico and the culture.org for more information.
Okay, so they're in the process of selecting New Mexico's new Poet Laureate. And so I guess they're looking for nominations, things like that. Yeah. Okay, very cool. All right, back to Ruidoso here in July. Talking about their hiking class, is that what that is?
Oh, it's Carlsbad.
Oh, it's in Carlsbad. I'm sorry. Talk about that.
Now, Carlsbad Art Show is free at 418 West Fox. You can call 575-887-0270 for the time to start.
Okay. And then now let's move to Ruidoso, talking about the Jump Start hiking class.
You know, it's April 23rd. It's a Jump Start hiking class. You can call the Chamber of Commerce for more information.
Okay. And I'm guessing if you want to take up the recreation of hiking, they probably tell you how to do it without killing yourself. It's like start slow, plenty of water, you know. You don't want to be one of those folks end up on the news because you got lost somewhere. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the Health Expo that's happening. Where is this at?
It's going to be August 6th.
Okay.
That's the Health Expo, and it's going to be at the Civic Center.
Okay, that's here in town.
Yeah, 8 a.m. to noon, and you can call 575-500-2295 for more information.
Excellent. All right, let's move on to the next one here. I can't read that. Annie.
It's April 11th through the 12th, Annie Holding.
Okay.
The auditions. It's from 6:30 to 9:30.
Oh, the play Annie. They're holding auditions for the play Annie. Okay. I thought that person's name was Annie Holding. I'm like, who's Annie Holding? Now I got it. Okay, perfect.
You can go to waywayout.com for more information.
Perfect. So if you want to be in the next their next production of Annie, I would imagine if you got naturally red and curly hair, that might give you an advantage. I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course, they can probably wig that up if they don't have that. So anyway, let's talk about April 22nd. They got the Mission... was that Praise there in Roswell?
We got number 20.
Oh, I'm sorry. The character counts. Yeah, give us talk about character counts week.
Yeah, April 28th to 23rd. You got the catering counts week. All school visits. Go to ccc.newmexico.org.
Excellent.
They'll give you the information and all that.
Okay, and then let's talk about Mission Improbable. That's the next. That's the Roswell Community Theater's next production.
Yeah.
Very good. And so that'll be the weekend of, are they doing auditions for that, April 22nd?
Yeah, April 22nd.
Okay. Mission Improbable.
Yeah. You can call 575-622-1982.
Okay. And then, of course, spring has sprung. April 30th, the community would like to invite them out here in town for the Community Planting Day that's happening April 30th.
Yeah, April 30th is going to be Community Planting Day, 10 a.m. at the Shabbat Courtyard House, and you can bring your tools and for information, go to mainstreetroswell.org.
Yeah, they kind of go around the downtown Main Street area and start planting the little those planter barrels they have. They go and plant on those and everything. It's kind of fun. So if you love gardening, family, bring the whole out for that event. That'll be April 30th.
Yeah.
May 7th, let's talk the Altruistas having their golf tournament. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's that golf for the fun annual play, 4-person scramble at the NMI golf course, 8 a.m. start, and go to email our teacher 47@gmail.com.
Okay. Yep, and I'm sure if you reach out to the NMMI golf course, the pro shop there, they can help you get signed up for that golf course, that golf tournament as well. Another big event in our community here in southeast New Mexico is the Milkman Triathlon in Dexter. That's coming right up here at Lake Van, June 4th. Give folks some info about that.
Yeah, it's going to be at Lake Band, 8 a.m. start. You can call the Chamber of Commerce for the more information, and they'll let you know on the extra milkman.
Okay, very good. Joy Center starting to open back up and things happening out there. Looks like they've got some fitness exercise stuff that they're doing out there.
They got the fitness exercise at the Joy Center, 1822 West Montana. It's a 10-week session, and it's 3 times a week. And you can call, it's free, and you can call 575-319-3503.
Very good. All right, let's move on to the Anderson Museum. Talk about Garden Club. They got some stuff going on out there, too.
Yeah, they got the floral design at Anderson Museum. It's a free garden club. And they're at New Mexico State Flower Show. You can call Pat at 575-326-8940.
Very good. I tell you, the list is, we're not done. We got a whole bunch here more to tell people. Let's move on to the Pecos Quilters. I guess they've got a meeting coming up for all of our Pecos Valley Quilters.
Yeah, the Pecos Quilters meeting is the first Wednesday of the month at the First Methodist Church in room 111 and 575-622-1881.
Awesome. All right. Keep your list going. We got more stuff to talk about. Roswell Museum and Arts Center.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of stuff happening, too. Give folks an update there.
Yeah, the Roswell Museum and Arts Center, the first Saturday from 1 to 4. They got Mark Blomley. He's hosting it, and it's free. Table, top giveaway at numbers 575-624-6744.
Very good. And don't forget, the second Saturday every month, they got free programs and stuff for the kids out there at the museum and all that. Take advantage of that.
And the art and stuff.
Yeah, matter of fact, Sean brought his kids out and his friends and family. They went out Saturday and did a bunch of stuff, had a great time. So the second Saturday every month they offer that. Just put it on your calendars. All right, let's talk about Kiwanis. They meet every second Tuesday at Los Cerritos there.
Yeah, the Kiwanis Club, they meet the second and fourth Tuesdays at Los Cerritos Restaurant, 2103 North Main. And more information, 575-565-8800.
Awesome. And then for our flautists, I believe the term is, your flute players out there, the Roswell Flute Ensemble, they do their practices out at the Anderson Museum. If you're interested in being a part of them, I will tell you they're looking for experienced flute players.
Yes. Must be experienced.
Yeah. So, but if you're interested in being a part, they put on great concerts and things. I always seem to catch them out at the Roswell Christmas Railway every year. I seem to go out the weekend that they're performing, and they do a great job. But if you're interested, come on out to the Anderson Museum for some of their practices.
Yes.
And that they practice on Thursdays at 6 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Very good. All right, let's talk about Harvest Ministries, what they've got going on.
The Harvest Ministries, Salvation Army Community Kitchen, they need help and donation and volunteers, and you can go by there, and they do an outstanding job, all three places.
Yeah, those are great places, like if you want to set up like a monthly or, places you hit, because those three entities he's talking about, and there's more, really do yeoman's work of just going and making sure people are fed, making sure their needs are met. If people come to them, they help and address whatever it's financially or whatever it is. So if you'd like to support, pick one, pick all three, and then drop by some food or some money, donations every month. That would be a great thing to help out in our community if you have the means to do so.
Yeah.
Very good. Let's see. Let's talk about the Butterfly Trail Spring Project happening out at Bitter Lake.
April 23rd, the Butterfly Trail Spring Project is looking for help for celebrating Earth Day, planting nature, the cactus, the wildflowers, and friends at bitterlake.com. You can contact.
Okay, very cool. Up next here, this is kind of interesting. This is happening in Albuquerque, April 24th, the final trial of Billy the Kid Facebook event. Is that what's that about?
It's they're going to have a history of the final time about Billy the Kid and let you know one of the endings of it.
Okay, interesting. Is it like a film or a speaker or something?
Yes.
Interesting. All right, let's go to Midland. April 21st in Midland, they have the Taste of the Permian Basin, where I'm guessing you get to go and try a bunch of food and things.
Yeah, it's going to be at the Horseshoe Pavilion, 2514 Arena Trail. You can call 432-563-5233, and from 6:30 to 8 o'clock.
Very good. So if you want to go on a road trip, head out to Midland and see what the Permian Basin tastes like.
Yeah.
Tastes like chicken, like everything does. I'm just kidding. Two more we want to tell folks about. Let's talk a little bit about the NMU Roswell Occupational Therapy class and folks and things there, and what they're offering.
Yeah, they're going to do the occupation therapy. You contact Dana Sanders.
Okay.
He's the field work director, and Sam Chavez. You can call 575-624-7000, and they'll give you more information.
Very good. And then finally, of course, we just talked about it a little earlier, but this week is Holy Week. And like you said, several churches in town kind of join forces for the week. And they each go to, the congregations kind of go to each other's church that week. And the host church is their pastor is the kind of the one who's leading the service
they hold
that
the
day.
noon meal also.
Yeah, they have them. Yeah, they eat. There's always, it's church. There's always food. That's,
I guess on account of the
rule.
pandemic, yesterday when I was at St. Mark's, we only had about 35 people, and hopefully some more comes out.
Okay, so
You know.
but so today you're going to be where again?
We'll be at St. Andrews.
Okay, and what time do you guys get there?
I get there at 11:30. It starts at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
The food and stuff.
So the meal is about 12, and then the service is afterwards, I'm guessing. Yeah, we'll do that. So let me, real quick, so St. Mark's today, they were at St. Andrews yesterday. Where are they going to be Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday is the First Methodist, Thursday is Presbyterian, and Friday is the First Nazarene.
Okay, and it's about noon at each one of these churches, right?
Yes,
So if you're
12 noon start.
So if you were interested, again, they're going to be here at St. Mark's, you said today, right?
Yeah, St. Andrews.
St. Andrews today, I'm sorry. St. Andrews Church, noon today. Come on out.
Yes.
Very good. And then one more thing we want to put on people's radar, the Boys and Girls Club here of Roswell. They've never closed because of COVID. They've been going because of COVID. But like you're saying, things have slowed down. So to remind folks they're having a big open house here. I think it's the 23rd of April.
Yeah, they did the renovation, said it's going to be really nice there.
Yeah. They're going to have a bunch of food. Like Stellar Coffee's got their food truck out there. I think they're going to have like hot dogs and some dessert, some sweet treats. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're going to have all kinds of stuff. And of course, if you want to learn about the program, sign up your kids for not just right now, but for summer. If they're now taking registrations for summer with the Boys and Girls Club here for their summer program. If you want to sign up, be a part of it, come out to the open house here on the 23rd. Do you know the times?
It's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Very good. So come on out and be a part of it. And matter of fact, if you want to learn more, go back to our website, ksvptv.com. Last week, we had them on the radio talking about the event, so they can get more details and things like that from there. So very good. Of course, if you heard any of the stuff we're talking about here and want more information, or if you want to learn more about your CDs, or maybe, if you want to play some baseball or something, reach out to Robert here via his telephone. Give out the numbers. That's how you want them to reach you.
You call them 575-208-9513.
Very good. And leave a voicemail. If you don't get live Robert, he'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible.
Yeah.
So, very good. Well, happy Easter to you and your family. Hope you guys have a great week, and don't get too full eating at all these church events all week. I know, that might mess up your progress here. That's one thing about church. They celebrate God, but they know how to eat too. And if you walk away from a church event hungry, that's kind of your own fault. So
I'm glad I'm going to the gym to keep the weight off.
That's right. You might have to, hit an extra hour in the gym this week because of all the eating you're doing at the churches here. So
You see me wobbling, man, look out.
That's right. Just keep rolling them. He's like, I'm trying to get there. Just push me a little farther, please. So, very good. Well, thank you, guys. Happy Easter, and we'll see you next
Happy
time.
Easter, you and your family also.
Will do. Thank you, guys. Take care. All right, it is 9:47. Let's pause for news. Your Sean Hannity update. We're going to pay some bills with a commercial break as well. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. New details on the wildfires that appear to have gotten out of control by BLM. Firefighters were working to control a fire in Chavez County that started late last week. Between Dexter and Roswell throughout the weekend, at last word, at least 1,900 acres had been scorched. The gusty winds, of course, causing problems for the fire crews. It was dubbed the Midway Fire. It was said to be about 80% controlled by late Monday night. And then further out, about 100 firefighters were battling the latest blaze that was out of control, sending up a huge plume of smoke that could be seen for miles in the Rio Grande Valley. Valencia County officials called for evacuations in the area, directing residents to a shelter at a community center in rural Belen, which is just south of Albuquerque. An unknown number of structures were lost in that fire, according to KOAT television. You're up to date. That's a look at local news headlines. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
I keep pointing out when you break these polls down demographically, as most pollsters do, you find that more and more in the last 2 weeks, first it was Hispanic Americans, he's down 30%. The same with African Americans. Why? Because he's doing a horrible job. It turns out Pete Buttigieg, the genius that's out there telling you, well, you better just expect, high gas prices in perpetuity until we get energy independent with renewable, clean energy. The host asks him, you do realize, Pete, a lot of black people feel like Democrats have kept no promises since they've been in office. Buttigieg's answer, really? They think that? I'm like, nobody is happy with this administration.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Are you a real estate investor looking to refinance one or more of your properties? Most lenders only work with cookie-cutter W-2 borrowers. At Cash Call Mortgage, we have loans designed specifically for investment properties. We qualify customers based on the cash flow from the investment property. Borrowers can get up to $2.5 million. That's right, $2.5 million. No tax returns or employment verification needed for our investment property loans, and absolutely no lender or broker fees. If you're a real estate investor looking to refinance a mortgage on one or more of your investment properties, give Cash Call Mortgage a try. To see if you qualify, visit cashcallmortgage.com or call now, 800-940-0226. That's 800-940-0226. 800-940-0226.
Cash Call Mortgage is a DBA of Impact Mortgage Corp. NMLS ID 128231. Not all applicants will qualify. Equal housing lender. Licensed by California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Residential Mortgage Lending Act license number 4131083. Not licensed in all states including New York. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions. Or visit cashcallmortgage.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty warm today and very windy. We could get a few gusts up to 55 miles per hour. We have a cold front on the way and low pressure moving across northern New Mexico. We should have sunshine, but those winds will be extremely gusty. For tonight, stays very windy. Our low in the mid-40s and clear. A little bit cooler on Wednesday, still breezy, sunshine, and low 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Well, it was a rough start for the Goddard Rockets softball team on Saturday in their district opener. The Lady Rockets fell twice to Lovington, 16-7 and 16-1. The Rockets, so it doesn't get any easier for them today. They'll be hosting Artesia in a twin bill. That starts at 4:30. Artesia is 2-0 in district after sweeping Portales. That starts at 4:30 today, and you've got the Roswell softball team in action at 4:30 at Hobbs today. Both teams are 10-4 overall. It's a district opener for the Lady Coyotes, whose last games were last Tuesday against Goddard. And you've got Roswell baseball at home against Hobbs. That starts at 5 o'clock. Roswell will play at Hobbs for a pair of games on Thursday. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. The government's Consumer Price Index finds inflation spiked again in March, holding around a 40-year high. The CPI soared 8.5% from a year ago, the biggest year-over-year increase since December 1981.
The Labor Department says costs for food, gasoline, housing, and other necessities squeezed American consumers and wiped out the pay raises that many people have received. Prices have been driven up by bottlenecked supply chains, robust consumer demand, and disruptions to global food and energy markets. The government's report also showed that inflation rose 1.2% from February to March, up from a 0.8% increase from January to February.
And that's correspondent Jeremy House. Wall Street opened sharply higher this morning, a rally that continued through mid-morning trade. The market still hoping that inflation will soon start to moderate. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Crack the vault and save this month at Roswell Honda with an amazing selection of vehicles priced to move so you don't have to break the bank. Like a 2016 Audi A3 for just $211 a month, a 2014 Chrysler Town & Country for just $181 a month, or a 2010 Honda Odyssey for just $161 a month. Get a 12-pack of soda and a trip to Mexico just for stopping by, a $15 gas gift card with a test drive, and a car detailing kit with purchase. And crack the code for your chance to win cash all month long at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
When it comes to the security of your home or business, you want a local company, one that has a personal investment right here in Southeast New Mexico. Zenith Security Services is your local Honeywell dealer. Zenith can handle all of your business and residential alarms, cameras, and IT services, as well as home theater installations, all from a local company. The Spring Starter Package is now available at Zenith Security Services for your home or business. Call the real Zenith Security Services today, 575-626-3521. Zenith Security Services, protection with a local
Bob
touch.
Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You cannot snore and dream at the same time, unless you're dreaming about snoring. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:55. We've got a few minutes here for a wrap-up show. Sean and I were just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Sean's got a vacation
I
this
do.
summer planned.
A much needed getaway.
So it's to Las Vegas.
Yes.
He's never been. I've been a couple times. So I was just kind of comparing notes and experiences and things.
And here's the thing. The person I'm going with, my best friend Misty and her family, she is the ultimate and almost to like the point where it infuriates others in her family. But, she plans.
Is it the Clark Griswold?
Meticulously plans things out. And she's making a thorough itinerary of events.
That's right. You haven't really seen European Vacation.
No, I haven't seen Europe.
See that Misty is Clark W. Griswold.
In European Vacation?
Particularly European, because they do a lot of that. Hurry up, we got to go. We got to catch to get to the Louvre. We got to get to this. And so they revolt at some point during the movie. But
which I'm all for it. You know, I know that Vegas is sort of a spur of the moment. Hey, let's go do this.
Yeah.
But it's also really a good idea to have a plan in place. Plus, we have a finite amount of cash. You know, so we want to make our dollars stretch.
Oh, yeah, and it's easy to spend it all there, too.
Certainly seems to be.
In like 10 minutes if you're not playing it, right? You know.
But the big thing is an AJR concert.
Okay.
Yeah. So you wouldn't care.
I
you wouldn't care.
But there's and I will tell you this, at all costs, when you're walking on the strip, and there's going to be people accosting you for things, do not stop.
Give them my time and attention?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
My wife did not listen to my advice, and we got stuck in a timeshare thing for like 3 hours while we were there.
So, okay,
that was god awful.
One of the things that we're doing, or the reason, part of the reason for the trip is we're doing this like 2-hour thing with Cabela's, but it's paying for it's like the $199 for the room. For like this resort room.
Okay. So you're going to have to hit one of those
it's like right
anyway.
when we get there, we have to go to this, I think it's like no more than 2-hour presentation, but they said it's fun and interactive.
Sure, they're gonna turn the screws on you.
Of course,
be hard.
Well, yeah,
I swear, mine was like out of a movie.
Dude, I can barely afford the trip.
Yeah,
they know not who they mess with.
Like I tell you, they brought and what they do is they promise tickets. Like they're standing on the strip there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, hey, free show here, free show. You want to go free show? Right. And my wife stopped. I said, stop, don't stop, keep going, and she stopped. And I'm an idiot. I let her.
Now here's where you can have fun with it though, because those people are tired. They're on their shift. They've been working the whole day. Play with them a little bit.
Well, here's the thing: she
wouldn't. She's not the type of person to do that. But you or me.
But that's just the front door guy.
We could do that.
It's the real is when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
Is when you go there and they go and they do their little presentation and give you all the water and cake and candy
Right.
and
But I'm talking about when he's like, "Hey, you want to go to a free show?" and you turn around and say, "Hey, you want? Can I talk to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?"
Yeah. See, that's what you could do.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not that.
Right.
But but literally after that, then they put you in rooms and they have like these little rooms and while they talk plans or whatever with you. And they literally had a guy, and I swear I felt like I was in like some police interrogation. Because they put me in the room with Kim and I by ourselves. The guy comes in and he's turned the screw. You could do this, and all that. And I'm like, nah, thanks, I'm not good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you got to do it. You got to get to the end to get the prize.
Yeah.
So next, I swear to God, a Russian dude come in.
Oh, wow.
And I thought...
puts a briefcase down on the table.
He's had with a thick Russian accent. Yeah, it was very KGB-like.
Listen, comrades.
And like, I got a deal you can't... I mean, he was literally... I was like, is this dude going to kill me if I don't get out of here? I just literally felt like...
I'm playing this in my head. There's just one single swinging light bulb above y'all's head.
For a hot minute, I was like, I'm going to have to buy something just to keep my life. And... So
listen, comrade. You want to leave alive? You want to leave with your wife? Then let's talk.
And I think he was the last door because once I got through him, they were like instantly rude to me, gave me my tickets, and told me to get out.
Just go.
Yeah, but just avoid that altogether.
Oh, of course.
So, all right, we got to go.
Yep.
Have an awesome day. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of it. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Unless I have something unfortunate between now and then.
Don't say it.
You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.